I'm happy to do whatever, man.
Cool.
As in regards to talking or just starting.
You're happy to just start?
You've pressed it, haven't you?
I have pressed it.
Fucking hell again. Oh. And what makes that policeman's gun so cool? Physics. Kinetic energy generates the velocity with which the bullet exits the barrel, while the ballistics coefficient and secular density determine the damage to its targets. Guns don't kill people. Physics kills people. Third Rock from the Sun.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
I'm sitting every week.
I almost got through that. God damn it, I rehearsed that once today.
That one time.
Yeah.
Every week I'd sit there and think, all right, I'm going to guess this before he says it.
Yeah.
No, I don't.
I decided I'm going to take it from my personal collections as opposed to a quote list.
Yep.
So I'm just going to pick something that I like and that's obscure and to the left, and you'll never get it.
Cool.
Yes.
Welcome to episode 17 of Two's Company, Three's a Podcast. My name is Dylan, along with my co-host, as always...
MDOGG, looking for the bitches with the big double Ds.
It's going to be a very X-rated episode, apparently, if we're going to kick it off just like that.
Just so you know, that is from a song.
Oh.
Eminem and Red Dog, I believe. It's Shake That?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
well,
no, yeah.
Wait.
Yeah. Shake that
ass for me. Shake that ass for me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so, yeah.
That was the video
MDOGG.
clip that had the crank yankers in it. Do you remember that?
Yeah. That's right. Yes.
That's a
so
throwback.
Anyway,
Yeah.
All right. Way to kick it off, Dill.
Cool.
All right. Yeah. So
What have we got on the list for today? Now, we've like Two's Company, Three's a Podcast. What we do every week is that we usually have a list of notes of things that we want to discuss, but we always end up just talking about Pennywise and Fortnite.
Pretty much. And Doom.
and Doom.
Remember your Doom.
Yeah, well, I talk about Doom. You talk about Fortnite, and we talk about it.
And yes, that's right. And we're very adverse in going, oh, wow.
Yeah.
Because we both share different interests.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
Oh,
see?
yeah.
That's it. Yeah. Stop pressing that button, Dylan.
Sorry. Terrifier 2. Have you seen the first one?
So are we kicking straight into news, or do we want to run through like the big announcement that we made the 1,000 do?
Oh, right.
Since the last episode.
I think I had that at the bottom of the list, but we can say it now. Yeah, thank you to everybody who helped TCTP hit the 1,000 downloads. We're now officially over it, which is good.
Fair way over it. Like, no, I think in the last 24 hours, when I last checked it, got up another 30 or so.
It jumped up to over like 1,050 something.
Each of the episodes have ticked up. It's not just the most recent one or anything like that. So, no, big thank you to everybody who's downloaded us on Podbean, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and
YouTube. Big Summer Blowout. Now on Instagram as well, so don't be afraid to go over there and give us a good old follow on there.
Exactly, and the Facebook and the Twitter.
Yeah.
One thing I did want to say, and I didn't mention it to you, if you guys can go onto the services that you use, give us a follow. Throw us a follow.
Yeah.
If there's an option for a review, you don't need to write one. Give us a 5-star review. You clearly like the show. I mean, no, but reviews and follows, like those kind of things would help us just as much as downloading it. So, and if you give us a follow, particularly on Apple Podcasts, it's an automatic download every week as soon as you connect it to Wi-Fi.
Yeah,
so,
and you don't even have to listen to it. It's just our numbers go up.
Exactly. So
we would greatly appreciate
even
that.
if you hate the show, give that follow button a click and then ignore us forever.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
The funny thing about, doing something like this, like a podcast, for example, is that now we're in the game. Whenever I see somebody on YouTube or a podcast go, give us a like, follow, subscribe, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Like, when it's just a random individual like yourself or myself just posting something on Instagram, likes don't have any kind of value.
Oh, fuck no.
Subscriptions and whatever don't have any kind of value. But when it's a show or a product that we're trying to promote, like, everything fucking counts.
No, that's right. Every little bit helps. So if you can give us any of that, hey, we love you.
We'd be greatly appreciated. Yeah, because
remember,
the higher the download count,
the podcast.
That's right. You are the third member.
Podcast.
Every the higher the download count, the more professional and popular we look.
No, exactly. That's right. It's all about appearances at this stage. I mean,
that's exactly
we're not
right.
driving Ferraris yet.
If there's anything that I've learnt in my late 20s is that it's appearance is everything.
Exactly.
You don't have to have a personality these days, especially in 2019.
Well, that sucks because I rely wholly on my personality.
Yeah. It's funny we're actually on that topic. Yes. I went to create an Instagram ad for our TCTP to promote like this upcoming episode.
Yeah.
And all of the ads that I've tried to create on Facebook and Instagram recently, just to throw it out there and give it another crack because they're not real good.
No.
They all got blocked because the image of us, Two's Company, Three's
Yeah.
Podcast, coming next week, whatever, blah, 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 blah,
Yeah.
has too many words in it, and it's
Oh,
not
really?
performing, so they stop it. Yeah.
What? That's fuck off. It's our advertisement.
That's right.
Why are you picking on us?
That's
No.
right.
Yeah.
It says it's not performing, and we've stopped it, but like it's still active, but we've stopped it because there's too many words. And I'm sitting there thinking, hold on a minute. Right before I posted this, after we activated our TCTP Instagram, where nothing was filtered, so I was getting random advertisements and sponsored posts from just random people.
Okay.
There was an ad, or a sponsored post of some random chick, young, African American looking woman, just in the mirror, like videoing herself, going, you're like, no, she wasn't advertising a product.
Okay.
She wasn't doing anything. It was literally just a paid promotion for her own Instagram account.
Yeah.
And I was like, so that's what this has come to.
That's what they want?
That's what they're looking for.
That's what they... Okay. Well, man, okay. We better start working on our summer bodies because we're going to have to use ourselves as the promotion.
That's right. I think it's fucking... Surely people can read on this platform, can't they? Like, it's just like, tits and ass. It's like, well, sorry, we don't quite have... Tits and ass of that quality.
Well, I'm trying to lose mine. At least the tits part.
Lose the tits.
Yeah, okay. Well, we'll definitely try and... Hello, doggos.
Hold on. Fucking hell. Coda, come on. Out you go. Go on.
I mustn't have... Like, you.
Get out. Go on. Get out. All right, let me shut the door.
Yeah. Did you stop recording?
No.
Oh, okay, cool.
Well, we are now.
Okay. All right. We're back.
Yeah, sorry. Just had to kick the dogs out of the fucking room because
Not
they
literally.
Well,
Did you?
No, I didn't, Dylan. She still loves me. But the first topic of interesting news about horror films that's as of late. Have you seen The Terrifier?
I most certainly have, and I most certainly almost vomited several times. No, it's a very... It reminded me so much of like the 70s and 80s old gore, real...
That's
effects,
110% exactly what they were going for with this.
Absolutely. So, you can tell it was filmed on that kind of budget with that kind of in mind, that goal.
Yeah. Because a lot of it is kind of, it's hard to watch because it's deliberately low budget.
Oh, yeah.
But once you're about halfway through, you buy into it and you can't turn away because you watch it for the over-the-top violence and slockiness. But the main character, his name is Art, or Art the Terrifier. He's just like this, for anybody who's listening who hasn't seen it,
Art
the Clown. Yeah. He's just this big, tall, really skinny, slender man with this like full white sort of, face paint.
He's got the prosthetics on to accentuate his cheek and his jawline. He basically looks like Angelina Jolie in Maleficent.
Except a hell of a lot more terrifying.
Oh, fuck yeah, absolutely, with the gross teeth. Yeah. No. But
he's not like any kind of supernatural being. He's just a psychotic
see, that's
killer.
the thing. Like, it's in a bit of a spoiler for the end of the first one. He is in a body bag in a morgue, like completely dead,
and he somehow comes back.
Exactly. So somewhat supernatural. But yes, you brought this up because Terrifier 2
is on the way.
Yes.
So Terrifier 2 got an. Do you know what Indiegogo is?
No.
So do you know what Kickstarter is?
Yes.
Okay, so Indiegogo is another Kickstarter. So it's a crowdfunding website.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure this is how the first Terrifier from 2016 was actually funded as well, but you don't quote me on that. But the second one has got well above its target, which means it's on the fucking way.
Well, this is one of those movies that I randomly just watched, kind of thing. And
it was on Netflix. It just came out on Netflix one day.
It just came out on Netflix. Okay, cool. And then all of a sudden there was people talking about it, our friends talking about it.
Yeah.
There was just posts everywhere, and it's definitely got some momentum behind it, that's for sure.
Yeah, so like basically where it all started, as far as I used to be aware, I used to think it was a short film called All Hallows Eve, and I think it was one of those real art house sort of student project-esque type of films, but it is a full feature length, as we've recently found out. It came out in 2013, and obviously due to its popularity, it was fairly small scale. I don't think it's on Netflix or anything like that.
No, I hadn't even heard of this. I thought Terrifier was the first of this character and the first of its type.
I think because of the success of All Hallows Eve and the character who is Art the Terrifier himself was,
of course, they
must have seen this and gone, well, we can... There's something in this.
So as far as I'm concerned, All Hallows Eve is the indie version of The Conjuring.
Conjuring, okay.
Well, because a character from that film has now spawned off to create his own
film
series. Like Conjuring, Annabelle, spin-off characters.
right.
How
Okay,
did
I
you
was
not
gonna
piece that together? I'm saying a particular character from this movie who isn't the whole feature of the whole film.
Yeah.
You know.
The way you said it made me think that they were connected somehow.
No.
I was like, wait, what? He wasn't
the
it?
indie version.
Yeah, right.
Goodness me, Dylan.
But yeah,
Have another coffee.
I do need another coffee. But yeah, so Terrifier itself is really fucking good, and it's got rave reviews. Like as we said earlier, it's got that deliberate low budget quality about it. The acting is a bit stale from the two like main chicks who are in it.
Oh, they're definitely B grade.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. But that's the beauty of it, because if you like that B grade horror, like this is right up your alley. For another one that came out on Netflix around the same time this did, that I finally got to watch, was Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
Oh,
have you seen that movie?
I saw that years ago, man, before it was re-popular again now.
That movie
was fucking amazing.
Yeah, right.
I love it.
It's surprisingly good.
It's actually a decent film, yeah.
I was expecting it to be complete shit. I mean, the premise is so fucking batshit crazy.
Oh, of course, Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
Killer Clowns. Yeah. Taylor's going to fucking pause the podcast right here and come in and punch me. But yeah, so like, it's that level of schlockiness, and you love it because it's intended to be.
Oh, absolutely.
It's not like this. They tried to make the next Saw and they failed.
No. It is a cliche 80s like horror, just almost train wreck to a degree, but it's so good.
It's so good.
This was like the golden age of horror, where there were so many of these like out left field movies.
There was like
out.
6 million fucking Freddy Kruegers by this point. The Blob, you had a lot of Gremlins as well.
Oh man, have you seen Reanimator?
No, I haven't.
That's
on my list.
That's the king of those movies. I love them so much.
Yeah,
that's a
nice.
recommendation one day.
Yeah, man.
Holy crap, it's so bad good.
So bad good.
Yeah, the Reanimator.
See, I love
is amazing.
bad good movies.
I need to get Herbert West fucking picture with the syringe. Anyway, sorry, tattooed. Yep, getting sidetracked there.
But yeah, when talking about the Terrifier, back to it. So the sequel,
Yeah.
I'll just have a quick look to see if I can find what.
But I believe in
was.
in the notes that you wrote it was 50,000 or something that they wanted, and they
think
got 200.
Yeah, it was something ridiculous like that. So they were after
50,000 to 200, and they got 200,000
over 200K. Now I would hope that they don't use the entire 200K for the film, because better films come from lesser budgets. Oh, here we go. So
no, but they don't need that either, because that first one had a very specific budget, because they weren't funding it off the internet, or if they were, it didn't have as much momentum behind it. And that first one is so perfectly done with the budget that they had. So if they only need $100 grand to make this movie, fucking let them do it.
That's
man.
right. That's
Legit.
right.
Like
so. As of today, I've got the stats here now. I'm on
course.
Indiegogo.com as we speak. So today's the 13th of August.
Yeah.
Terrifier 2. So the goal was $74,060.
Yeah.
Have a guess what it is now.
I'm
what
gonna guess
it's closed.
you wrote these notes a few days ago, so I'm going to say 280,000.
$321,000.
There you go. Yeah.
So it's 434% of its goal. 1,231 backers. So that's pretty fucking good. So there's a lot of people out there who want this, but they've donated some big dollars.
No, that's really?
Well, like just over 1,000 people.
Yeah. Oh wow.
$300,000 fucking dollars.
Yeah.
So
there's people chucking in $20-$30 each in that, and for the average Joe, that's a fair chunk of coin.
Yeah, so it goes to show that people
to
want
to do that.
So
yeah,
so all power to them. So there's no indication as to when it's coming out, when production starts, how much of the budget they're going to use. But I'm certainly looking forward to it.
Absolutely, I am as well. It's going to be great, and hopefully Netflix pick it up as well.
Because I don't want to go to the movies to see this. I would 110% go pay to see this at the movies.
I kind of feel like if I went to just a regular cinema, it just wouldn't feel right. It'd have to be a gritty place with my feet sticking to the floor and that dodgy person behind the counter going, "Here's your ticket."
You know what that reminds me of? Was it Grizzly's Tales for Gruesome Kids?
Oh, yeah.
The claymation is like, when he had the spider named Spindle Shakes.
Yes.
That's what it's got to be like. He gives it the pop corners of the fucking cockroaches.
Exactly. Yes. So if I see Terrifier 2 at the theater, it has to be at one like that.
Yeah, I got to feel
drive in and I'll dodgy up my car.
I have to feel unsafe while watching it. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, absolutely.
Anyway, we were talking about horror-related movies, so we'll
speaking of segues,
exactly. I know. I was trying to think of something funny, and I'm like, I'm just not being funny right now. No, but we haven't spoken about my boy James Wan in a few episodes.
Not since Swamp Thing, but we won't get on that.
No.
We won't get on that because we won't stop.
Hole. But he recently posted on Twitter about a week or so ago talking about he was location hunting for his next an upcoming project.
Right.
And it caught my attention because, and this is a direct quote from him, There's been a lot of speculation as to what my next project is. All I'll say is I'm super excited to go back to my indie roots with a hard R thriller.
Thriller.
And a yeah, but Saw, bro.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
An original horror idea, not a reboot, remake, or anything based off an existing project with old school practical effects and no giant blue screen sets. That's all I'll say for now.
So,
oh my god.
So no Aquaman and no spin-offs based on his ideas. So
I'm praying deep down he's teaming up with his old buddy Lee Winnell. His university counterpart from Melbourne. If they're teaming up together for an original, not based off anything horror movie, low budget practical effects, oh my god, take my money.
That's going to be on. Yeah,
absolutely.
Fuck yeah. See, the great thing about that is that, like, obviously he's just he's soaring fucking high right now. Like,
oh my god,
like he's done he's done like a Fast and Furious movie. He's done Aquaman.
7, he's done Aquaman. He's coming back for Aquaman 2 as well. So they obviously like his work.
Great. Yeah,
exactly. And I feel like now he's at the position where he is able to decide to do what he wants. Basically,
he's also doing the new Saw project as well.
Yeah, that's right.
So the one of the whole Chris Rock and Sam Jackson thing. Yeah, he's an executive producer, I believe.
Exactly,
on that.
And hopefully that's a case of him just overseeing it to make sure they don't fuck it up and make all these motherfuckers on motherfucking tricycles. Yeah. No, but he's obviously in a position where he's comfortably living in that. He's got his job set up for the future. Like he's not going anywhere. So he has the time to say, oh, yes, I'll happily do this old indie fucking horror movie because that's what I want to do. That's
what this probably is? It's probably something that he's had written for decades.
Well,
like an old story that's been floating around in his head.
See, that's the thing. James Wan, he's not the writer. That out of those two, James Wan is the visual. He's the director, and he's the producer type. Lee Winnell is the mind. He's the one who writes all these films and stuff. No, exactly. And he wrote Saw, like Lee Winnell. He wrote the second one as well. But I'm hoping this is one that Lee Winnell's just had in his back pocket for ages.
Has Lee Winnell been in all of his movies?
No. No. But in Insidious, there's Lee Winnell on the screen of James Wan's page right there. No, but Lee Winnell was like a part of the Insidious series.
Yeah.
And Saw, obviously, that first one at least. But yeah, no, he's my boy. I'm so keen to see what James Wan has to offer in his next one. And if it's a practical effect, low budget horror film, oh my god, yes. Yeah. It's nice to see. Sorry, it's nice to see that somebody who's had those opportunities to become blockbuster, big screen, and that still has that passion
one of the biggest directors, blockbuster directors on the planet right now. I still want to go back and make these smaller.
This is still why I got into the business, so I'm going back to it because I can. So yeah, no, that's very exciting. So look out for James Wan news in the future.
Fuck yeah! Do you know if this is going to be like his next film or
no? At the moment, there's like absolutely he was location hunting. So
so
he's only scouting locations, which is exciting to me because he's not set on like a movie set, a movie stage, like he's not just found, we'll use studio B and C, he's actually going for physical locations, which is exciting, especially for a low budget horror. So
I would love to hope that this is like an Australian film. Oh man, with all Australian actors in an Australian setting, like my recommendation will be later in this episode, which you'll hear.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah. That's what I would hope for, but I do know for a fact that he's the one who's hemming and directing like the next Mortal Kombat movie.
No, that's right.
Which has been said to have a hard R rating. So
man, that's so exciting.
I know, right? Like every time there's a new video game movie announced, everyone goes, "This'll be it. This'll be it. Yeah. This'll be it." And none of them have really been it so far just yet. So. With him behind the helm, it's getting filmed in South Australia, which is great. It's set to inject like heaps of money into the South Australian economy.
It'll create a ton of jobs.
Yeah, so that's good for like the same thing happened with Thor Ragnarok, and Alien Covenant, I believe, was also filmed.
Well,
partly in
also
Australia.
that Pirates of the Caribbean as well. That was up on the Gold Coast.
Yeah, that's right.
So
I love being at the cinema because I usually wait until the end of credits, even if there's nothing there. I feel respectful by doing so. Yeah. I love a random movie that you didn't know was filmed anywhere, and then you see like. Property of New South Wales or something. Fuck yeah, Australia. We're on the map.
Fucking A, bro.
Fuck yeah, bro.
Don't. One of my notes in our notes that we can see up on the screen here, I wrote today.
Don't be a bogan, you cunt.
Remind Mitchell not to say bruh so much.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I had that there for us. But yeah, so I've already ruined that. So that's 1 on the drink.
Yeah, right.
Take a drink, people. No, absolutely, man. When I see something or hear that something is getting filmed in Australia, it makes me a little bit excited and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like, did you know the first Lego movie, I don't know about the other ones, but that was completely done in Australia.
New South Wales.
Yeah, exactly,
absolutely.
that's right.
I don't know about
awesome,
the others either.
man.
I would assume. So that's what kind of that's what makes me like feel that sometimes maybe there isn't really enough opportunity in Newcastle, New South Wales, Australia for the creative arts. We're at this is going to be a very localized conversation for the next 2 minutes.
So for all our Newcastle listeners, fuck yeah, bruh.
Strap in. Yeah, but for our international listeners, just tune out for a second or listen in.
Yeah.
But Newcastle is very much, at once upon a time, was very much a live music and rock town.
Oh, big time,
there was
man. The
Midnight
music
Oil
scene,
used to tour through here.
The music scene was fucking awesome, man.
And nowadays, with obviously the evolution of technology and the ever expanding population of human beings, it's really hard for just an individual to break it and make it in the entertainment industry or the creative arts industry at some level.
No,
so
that's right.
It's really cool to see that these regular fucking dudes from Melbourne or from Brisbane or from wherever, create these massive movies. But the other thing that really excites me every time I hear about it is Weta Studios. Do you know what Weta Studio is?
No.
It's the visual production company behind Lord of the Rings, Alita Battle Angel. James Cameron uses them. Yeah. They're fully localized in New Zealand.
Sorry, you called me in a drink. That's awesome. Yeah. Okay. So what were they called again?
Weta Studios.
Weta. Okay. Yeah.
So for anybody who's
I've
into
seen that pop up before a
effects.
Cameron movie, I'm sure.
Like
that. How that. Yeah.
Avatar,
anyway.
Lord of the Rings. They do all of that. So it's really cool that down this part of the hemisphere that we're actually involved in Hollywood. It's cool.
I'd like to think as well that James Wan and Lee Winnell, if they had the option, they can bring some of these things here, like you said, with Mortal Kombat being filmed in South Australia.
Yeah.
I'd like to think that they're like, hey, let's look over there because, hey, Aussie, Aussie,
Oi, oi, oi. Well, I know that some of The Matrix, and I'm pretty sure some of Superman Returns was filmed in Sydney. Like The Matrix was filmed on Pitt Street.
There was, what?
The Matrix. I think it was The Matrix 1 was filmed on Pitt Street in Sydney. I think one of them.
There was something filmed in Newcastle, bro.
Which
Do
one?
you remember that? It was Superman.
Yeah, that's right. It was part of it.
It was in a town hall they used in one of them. So
you're right. So
Newcastle even had Superman here for I think they were here for a week, maybe.
Yeah, because I remember
they shut
somebody,
down a couple of streets, they shut down King Street, I think, or Derby Street.
Yeah, that was a long time ago, so I don't remember it quite well. But I do know that someone I knew at the time went to the premiere, and it was in Newcastle, and then I found out a few years later that part of it was filmed here. So I was like, why? But that's cool.
I remember I didn't go there while they were shooting, but I went by when the set was closed and stuff like that, and you see all these American police cars and stuff like that. And
that's
I was like,
fucking
man,
cool.
that's so cool. Yeah, so that's probably Newcastle's highlight ever
in terms of Hollywood. Yeah,
exactly.
Other than maybe the Dungog Film Festival, bruv.
God, I did the 24-hour shootout one year.
Did you?
Yeah. Do you know what that is?
Yeah.
Exactly. So for anyone listening, I don't think they do it anymore. Yeah, have a 24-hour film competition, and that's basically it. And you've just got to go around town and hit certain marks and stuff, and do that. And I did that with a mate when I was 15. I was in the paper.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there was a little clip of me holding my shitty fucking camcorder.
I remember we I think it was year 11 or year 12 in our photography class, we actually made a film for the Dungog Film Festival.
For the Dungog Film Festival, man. Yeah.
With a whole bunch of other schools as well. Yeah. One school had I can't remember which school it was, but they had this really, it blew me a fucking way. I was like, this is produced by kids. It was a really funny, thrilling, kind of entertaining action film. It went for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
I was like, ours was so the premise essentially
here we go.
was a local kid. What was his name? We called him. Oh fuck! I feel bad. I can't remember his name. Let's say if we call him Jack. He moved to Australia from somewhere like Sudan. We met his family that day. They were all living in this sort of shared house, and they're beautiful, beautiful families, rich African culture.
Yeah.
And the story that was written by the teachers or some of the students, I can't quite. I was the sound guy. I was there holding the boom mic.
Whoa! Intense.
The story was that this.
Why are you sitting here right now? You should be off in Hollywood, holding booms.
Off just dancing in a field of Hollywood. No,
I didn't say dancing. But
cameras aren't on me, bro. So, what was I saying? Yeah, so the story that we had was that this African-American kid who'd moved from Africa to Australia was getting on the bus. He got a beach towel for his birthday, so he could go to the beach for the very first time.
Yeah.
He hopped on a bus, met a few people, met a girl on the bus, went to the beach, and that was it.
Yeah.
Shitty story, but it was a fun experience.
Okay. Yep.
But the thing that pissed me off the most when I was watching every other film that was produced that day,
Yeah.
the school hired a bus, and we filmed the bus picking up and dropping off locations within our car park.
Yeah.
I'm looking out all of the windows in the bus the entire time it's on screen, seeing the same background.
Oh,
and I'm
no.
like, people are going to see there's no continuity in this background. He's going to see him hop on in a car park, get off in a car park,
and only
drive
see the same
around in a car park, and I'm sitting there going like, ugh, this sucks. This is really bad.
Oh, this is one for the internet trolls. If you look at 613, you can clearly see that it's the same background as what.
And I'm a real asshole when it comes to that sort of thing. You know?
No,
and
it's the little
I'm
things,
in my
the
head, I'm
details.
saying, we're going to see this, and they're like, you're the camera guy, shut the fuck up. Like,
Yeah.
I was there in my flannel thinking I was really fucking
Did
cool.
you have some pompous asshole school kid directing you?
No, it wasn't necessarily the pompous asshole school
The
kid. It was the
teachers.
pompous asshole teacher.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah, like the photography teacher there was a real wank.
So he was a photography teacher and couldn't tell that, 6 minutes of a movie or however long the short film was maybe shouldn't have the same background every scene.
I think it was more of the fact that they just didn't want to do it out on the street. They didn't want to hop on which is the weird thing because we still had to film the beach part. So we all hopped on the bus and
then
drove
went
to the beach. Like we could have left the car park and filmed this anywhere.
Oh my god.
And I'm sitting there just like, this shouldn't happen. Like,
Yeah.
but at the end of the day, I was like, it's a school project. Who gives a fuck?
Yeah, and then and then I can imagine you sitting in the crowd watching it, and then you see your name pop off as the boom guy, and you're like,
oh,
"That's
yeah.
me, that's me."
as long as the sound is good, I'm cool with that.
Did you hear that? Exactly.
Yeah, they spoke. That was me. What were we talking about?
Yeah. Oh shit. James Wan. No. Yeah. Bringing movies to Australia. And stuff. Yeah. So.
If you're an Australian
awesome.
film producer in Newcastle or Sydney,
Yeah.
and you want a platform to promote your film,
Oh fuck yeah.
I would very much appreciate having somebody on the show,
Yeah.
to say, hey, this is my product, this is what it's coming out at this festival, whatever.
Hell yeah.
Fuck yeah.
We would gladly review your stuff as well. I mean,
fuck
God.
yeah.
Absolutely.
I mean, my recommendation later in the episode is an Australian film. It's a big budget Australian film, but Australian film nonetheless.
Yeah.
So, it's really cool to see that, like, as we said with James Wan, there are people doing it.
No, that's
There's just
right.
not a great deal of massive exposure unless you're someone like James Wan who
course.
hits the nail on the head with Saw.
Yeah,
He's
exactly.
Like, here's
And
my thing.
opens
and
the
it's-
doors.
That's right.
Yeah,
so
that's
it's hard
right.
to really sort of break into that
But
market.
no, anybody else in the entertainment industry, not saying we're in the entertainment industry, but like
Anybody else? So Steven Spielberg, if you want to come on the show, mate, I know you're listening.
Yeah, that's right. No, but if there's any indie artists or anything out there, hit us up and we'll review your stuff or promote your stuff and vice versa and scratch backs and yeah, exactly. All right, so moving on from James Wan, I don't know what we're talking about now.
I wanted to move on from
we
James
don't
Wan.
we don't have a structure to the show. We just have a list of ideas. Before the show, I got you to watch a trailer for me.
Yeah.
Good Boys.
The Good Boys.
Yes.
Or it's just Good Boys.
Good Boys.
Yeah.
The Good
Man,
Boys.
That,
I don't know.
So I remember seeing the trailer to Good Boys or The Good Boys
Yes.
a couple of months ago, and I thought Seth Rogen was in it, but I'm pretty sure he's just part of the creation.
No, I believe this is a Seth Rogen, Evan Goldberg produced
Yeah.
R-rated movie about 10-year-old boys.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
they're producing just super bad, but maybe 10 years younger. So you've got the three staple boys. They're young kids and they're growing up, but they're still only like, I don't know. They seem 12.
Yeah,
but
no,
they
that's right.
may even be younger. And the trailer and the movie itself look like it's full of like those adult themes, and they just don't
big
get it.
time.
But that's part of the humor.
Yeah,
I really
As
like this trailer.
As far as I can gather, if we're talking Australian school structure, they're going from year 6 to year 7, like to high school. Like it's their
and
last
the American,
year in
they're going
primary
from
school, elementary to
grade-
middle school.
grade. I have no idea how that works.
I think it's elementary, middle, and then a high. I think it's elementary school,
and then
middle
college,
school, high school,
and then university.
And
I have no
then,
fucking
it's
idea.
something like that.
90% of
Yeah.
students in American film seem way older than they should be. So it's hard to really gauge where they're at in their educational life.
No, that's right. These kids are playing 6th graders, but it wouldn't surprise me if they're actually 29. Like, it's
Yeah.
just weird how it works like that. But no, Good Boys. It's coming out August 22nd, which is actually very damn close.
Yes,
Yeah,
it is.
that's
That'll be in our
next
YAAAS
week,
Pass
man.
next week.
Well, actually, that might be an American date, but
Well, hopefully it'll be coming up soon. But
exactly.
we'll have more to say
It'll be
about it
within
then.
the next few weeks. But I just saw the trailer come up because they're starting to promote it and that.
Yeah.
Looks fucking hilarious, man.
I've just had a thought as well.
Oh no.
Well, no, it's not a bad thing.
Okay.
I was saying earlier just after I watched the trailer, going, I
Yeah.
swear I've seen the trailer to it, but no. What I watched was an interview between the three kids and Seth Rogen, and he was giving them
and he
shit
was-
like, you
no, no,
can't,
he
you can
said-
be in the movie, but you can't watch your own movie.
No, that's right. Yeah, I remember seeing that, and he sat them down, and he's like, "So I've got some bad news. You can't go and watch your own film." What?
Yeah.
Why not? We're
Because
in it.
of
It's like,
swearing and
yeah.
whatever else.
No,
Yeah.
exactly. Can't we just make a G-rated Good Boys? And he's like, "Well, that would be about 30 seconds long." So no.
Yeah, the cast looks really funny. Like the three main kids they have as the primary cast.
Yeah.
Like they look a bit awkward because they're young. They're really young. Like they're
That's
not.
right.
They're not fucking Academy Award winning actors. You know.
Not yet.
No, that's
No.
right. So the kid here that we have on the screen right now, Jacob Tremblay.
Tremblay.
He played an autistic character, the autistic kid in The Predator, so the most recent The Predator
okay.
movie. And
Yeah.
he was one of the better things about that movie because his acting in that was really good. The movie overall,
Well,
it's pretty shit.
actually, you may not have seen it. Have you seen Have you seen Room?
No. So
No?
Taylor's been going on about this movie for years.
I was about to say I've seen Room with Brie Olsen. It's the one she won an
It's not Brie Olsen.
Fuck. Oh God! Please do not Google Brie Olsen.
I was about to say,
shush.
do you
don't-
know
don't-
who
stop,
Brie Olsen
stop,
is?
stop. Clearly, I do. Brie Larson.
Brie Larson.
Thank
Brie
you.
Olsen.
It's the one.
Fucking hell.
It's the one she won. An
She's
Oscar
in a
for.
room with Brie
Okay,
Olsen. What a
shut
lucky
the
kid.
Fuck up.
Very
all right?
lucky kid.
Anyway, the Oscar-winning performance by Brie Larson.
Yes.
Fuck, man. Anyway, yeah, he was the boy in Room, which is awesome to think about.
Yeah.
Like, so he's actually had a decent career so far, and he's like fucking 12.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no, we were just pointing out before how funny it was, the fact that you coming from this team of people, Seth Rogen, Evan Goldberg, and all them.
Yep.
It's funny to look at a still picture and literally see, like we pointed out, Michael Cera, Jonah Hill, and Craig Robinson, just with the three main guys, the three main kids.
They write these movies based on themselves.
No, that's
like,
right, exactly.
Like
So-
Superbad is based on an experience they had.
Yeah, that was Seth Rogen and Evan Goldberg.
Yeah,
that was
that's
them
right.
growing up, and then they just had that gawky friend who turned out to be McLovin.
Yeah, so whether
yeah.
this is based on experiences they had when they were even younger, I doubt it. I'm guessing it's
Well,
all
it wasn't
played
written
up.
by those guys.
Oh, it wasn't.
No,
Oh,
it was
okay.
written by Gene Stupinski
Right,
and Lee
okay.
Eisenberg.
Oh, so he's
Yeah,
yeah.
and
Okay,
They've
So
been
wh-
they've been producing a lot of TVs and movies, but yeah, no,
Yeah, right. Okay. So this guy that you've got up on the screen at the moment, if you go,
Yes.
so Lee Eisenberg, one of the
Yeah.
producers for Good Boys.
Yeah,
Looks like he's produced one of my favorite comedies of all time. Have you seen Bedazzled?
Oh, thank God! I thought you were about to point to Year One, and I was like, "Get the fuck out of the room!"
I don't mind that movie. I don't
Okay.
mind it, but I don't
want
love
to
it.
get too angry at you this episode, so we'll leave that.
Yeah.
Bedazzled, absolutely,
Yeah,
man.
I got Taylor to watch that the
love
other day and she really
Bedazzled,
loved
man.
it, yeah.
Brendan Fraser. I don't know what it is about Brendan Fraser. I just love him.
Yeah.
Just in general, I feel like he deserves so much more. He had like a very hot period in the late 90s, early 2000s,
Yeah.
and then just literally disappeared.
Well, there was a very good reason for it,
Oh.
but we won't go down that rabbit hole today.
Is this a Val Kilmer situation?
No, this is a tickling his butthole situation from a creepy old man, and it disturbed him for life. and divorced his wife,
forgot
lost the
that happened
kids.
to
You know,
him. Yeah,
and now he's making an amazing comeback with like Doom Patrol and a few
I
other
was gonna
things,
say
which
Doom
is
Patrol.
great. In the
Yeah.
opening scene to Doom Patrol, you see his
Yeah.
ass and he's bending this chick over this
And
fucking
tickling
table.
it?
What? No.
Oh, yeah, I went there.
I bet the
went
guy who
there.
did it was like,
Yeah, exactly. Oh, I remember that one.
Yeah, but no, Brendan Fraser is great in
Yeah.
everything he's done. Like, fair enough, the movies he's been in haven't been massive hits,
Oh,
except for maybe The
no.
Mummy. Elizabeth Hurley, back when she was,
Yes.
you know, in the circuit as well. She was Austin Powers, this
Yeah.
movie as well, was so great.
Absolutely, man. Have you seen Encino Man?
Uh,
That's an off-the-cuff
No.
recommendation for everybody. If you can track down Encino Man, Pauly Shore, the great Pauly Shore.
Yuck.
The legendary Pauly
Yuck.
Shore and his 5 movies of fame. Seriously, Pauly Shore, son-in-law, Encino Man, Biodome,
Yuck.
in the army
Yuck.
now, and jury
Yuck.
duty.
Yuck.
You go and watch those
Yuck.
5 movies,
Yuck.
and you will come every
Yuck.
time.
What were we talking
Olsen?
about? Oh, the
Um,
Good Boys. Yeah, so Good Boys looks really good, and the producers who have done, you know, some great, like, sort of nostalgic comedies that have lasted the test of time. Because if you go back and watch Bedazzled and Bad Teacher in itself is
they were both
okay.
actually also long-running producers on The Office as well, so they've
Which
got a
is
very
massively
good
popular.
comedic background. But Good Boys coming out very, very soon, and I'm excited as hell for it, man.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, I love a good raunchy comedy. Which reminds me as well, we missed out on going to see Booksmart.
I know. Did it have a showing here in Newcastle?
It did, man.
Because I swear it came and went, and I hear about it all the time.
It didn't look like it turned up in Newcastle, and then all of a sudden Glendale had like one session every day for like 2 weeks, and then it just stopped. Yeah,
right.
I know.
I didn't pay
so
that
I'm
much
very
attention to it, I
disappointed.
guess.
So I need to catch Booksmart when it's a digital rental.
Well, I haven't been paid in over a month, so I'm kind of just like not even looking at the movies at the
that's
moment. 'Cause I'm
fair.
just like, I can't even go.
We'll be back on track this week for
Yeah.
TCTP DTC
yes.
with Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. That's the only one we're seeing, dude. Simple as that.
Yeah, no, easy.
So speaking of sweet things, I would like to transition to a movie that you put on the register, and I only just saw the trailer for, man. Honey Boy.
Honey Boy.
Honey Boy, man. Yeah.
So,
yeah,
What-
give
what
the people a quick rundown of why you've. Just one thing on time.
Yeah.
Je m'appelle Mitchell.
I was about to try it. I was like, no, I'm going to go Japan.
Le sac d'Attico.
Japan again. Yeah.
Le sac d'Attico. Beanbag. Beanbag in French, people. You've been learned. All right.
You've been learned.
So,
Honey Boy is written by Shia LaBeouf. Now,
Yes.
obviously, Shia LaBeouf has had a crazy, crazy fucking career in and
man.
out of the spotlight over the last few years.
oh my lord, has he?
But as a writer, as somebody who looks like he's taken a step back and wanted to write something that was really heartfelt and art house type.
It seems like his career went from like as in take every role I can get. Oh, all of a sudden I'm a big blockbuster star, and then all of a sudden this fame got to him and he's kind of
Drove
lost
him
his
fucking
passion.
mad, yeah.
And then now he's kind of in the position where it's like I just do what I want, and he's had a chance to, it appear, write and star in this movie.
Yeah.
which seems awesome.
Yeah, so Honey Boy, from what we can tell from the trailer, it looks like it's telling the story of a young kid when he's young and also when he's grown up, and he's a child actor, and Shia LaBeouf plays his father, who's obviously, trying to encourage him and popularize him and guide him through the world of acting, and he's doing these crazy stunts.
It's kind of
and
like
things
instead
that.
of a stage mum, it's a stage dad. Who's
Yeah,
like almost
yeah.
forcing his son into this. And the most intriguing part of this was written from his own experiences.
Is that what it said? Did it really?
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Because
So because obviously, he's the child actor.
no, that's
He's
right.
grown up
Exactly.
doing
He
this
started
sort of
when he
thing.
was young,
Yeah.
man. You look back to Holes. Have you seen Holes, man?
Not for a very fucking long
I
time.
love Holes, man. I've watched that probably 6 times in my adult life.
Yeah, right.
Not including my childhood life. Because I love that movie.
And I haven't seen that movie in a very long time, but I remember seeing the cover for it fairly recently, and I was like, "Holy shit, Shia LaBeouf was in this movie!"
Yeah, no,
it's just
he's-
like all of a
he's
sudden dawned on
awesome.
me. He's been doing this for a long fucking time.
Yeah, Sigourney Weaver's in that.
What?
Yeah.
I gotta rewatch this movie. It's been too long. I love Sigourney Weaver.
Holes is fucking awesome, dude.
Yeah.
But no, so Honey Boy, man, it seems like it looks like a festival favorite, one of those artsy, real
that's what I
deep.
mentioned. It looks like a
Some of the reviews that we saw during the trailer, there was like the most powerful child performance in years from
egoless movie. So it's
No.
obviously telling the story from his experiences, but it doesn't overblow them to the point where, oh, I'm the greatest or I was the worst.
No,
So-
not at all. No, it seemed very genuine as well.
Yeah.
But it also had that intriguing factor where it looks like it's cutting between. So Shia LaBeouf plays James, the dad, and then Otis is the child star, and it seems like it's telling the story of like jumping from when Otis was 11 or 12, and then to Otis when he's like 22 and older when he's his own adult, and his dad doesn't have the control per se. Like
That's
so
right.
It's a very intriguing.
alert.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert for this movie. I didn't see any father characters, so Shia LaBeouf characters, during the scenes when Otis, the character, was older. So
That's
obviously
right.
by that point he may have passed away or moved on in some
no.
degree.
No, there was.
Was
when,
it?
When Shia LaBeouf was dressed up as the clown, he walked out of the trailer and like, the older version of Otis was like looking at him like, what the fuck?
Was that his dad?
Yeah,
I
believe
I
that.
didn't.
Well, it was Shia LaBeouf. Yeah.
Was it?
In the clown makeup.
okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
just disregard everything I just said. I didn't actually pick up on that. I just thought it was a
I
random
believe
clown.
it'll tell the story of like, when Shia LaBeouf, the dad, has control over the child to a degree and like,
then he-
can
yeah,
career
moves
direct
up,
him,
moves
and
on.
then becomes an adult. It's kind of like, you can't do this now because I'm an adult,
Yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
But no, it does seem quite fascinating, honestly.
Yeah.
And one of the things that I picked up during the trailer, at the end of the trailer, it actually says an Amazon original film and Amazon Studios,
Yep.
but only in theaters.
How good is that?
I know.
I didn't pick up on that the first time. You were like,
Yeah.
"Oh, look at the trailer." Look. I was like, "What do you mean?"
Why was I talking like that?
Because
No.
that's how you talk when I'm giving examples of how people talk, not just you, everybody.
Okay, so
So the other
what
day,
did-
my
what did
dad called me and was
what
like, "Hey, Dylan, how you doing?
what did Taylor say before we started?
I love you, Dylan. Have a good time. Enjoy the podcast."
Thanks for coming, Mitchell.
Thanks for coming, Mitchell.
Yeah.
What were we
Okay.
saying? Yeah. So
Yeah.
Amazon, so funded and produced by
Yes.
Amazon,
Yes.
which obviously have their own streaming services. So
Of course, Amazon
they
Prime.
they would usually put all of their Amazon originals
Well, that's right.
directly to the streaming services.
Yes.
But the title specifically said only in theaters.
November 8th. That's right. No, so I don't know what to take from that. The fact that this is a streaming service exclusive, like a Netflix original, it's an Amazon original, but it's coming to theaters instead of going straight to the service.
Now, the reason,
Holy
fundamental
poop.
reason why I really, really fucking like that concept is because I believe there are so many great movies on these streaming services
Absolutely.
which deserve to be shown on the big screen, at least for a period of time, and
yeah.
then move to net. Like, say, for example, Gerald's Game,
Yes.
which is
Yes.
Mike Flanagan's, one of the earlier Mike Flanagan
Yeah.
adaptations
the
of Stephen
Netflix
King's.
original horror.
Oh
yes.
man, that movie deserves to be shown on the big screen. But what
Hell
they can
yeah,
do is, just like regular movies, they put them up on the cinema
Yeah.
for a few weeks, and then maybe 3 or 4 months later they come out on Blu-ray and DVD.
Yeah.
Once it's gone from the cinemas, put them straight onto Netflix.
No, that's
People
right.
will still pay to go see these
Well-
movies, knowing they're going to the streaming services.
Well, see,
I will anyway.
No, that's right. But the only thing I can imagine though is the costs behind getting it into
Yeah.
theaters across the world. Like
Yeah.
it's in. What is going on?
Sorry,
there?
that
Is
was me.
You?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. That's the third time my mic stands moved. That's weird. No, the only thing would be the cost to like get it out there across the world and stuff
Yeah.
like that. And then you've got movies like Fast and the Furious or Hobbs and Shaw, for example, with Dwayne the Rock Johnson and Jason the Stone Statham.
Yes.
No, those ones.
Spoiler alert:
they-
Ryan the Rock Reynolds as well.
I know.
I
I
did Kevin the Bacon Hart.
Oh, really? Is
it
he?
like- yeah. I haven't seen
no.
it. I just heard it on a podcast that they're in it as
Ryan
well.
the
Yeah.
Rubble Reynolds, thank you.
Sorry,
and
that's
Kevin
what
the
I was
Pebble.
like, Ryan the Rock, fuck.
And Kevin the Pebble Hart. Yes.
Kevin the Pebble, yeah.
No, but those ones take into account that like expenditure for going into the theaters, whereas
Yeah.
these ones, they're made exclusively for the service, and it's a cheaper way to do it.
That's
but
right.
this could totally start a trend of those
Change
original
the
ones.
fucking game,
Man,
bro.
seriously, could you imagine a Netflix original film getting advertised on the service saying coming soon to theaters, coming
Yeah.
soon? It spends a month in the theaters. They give it like 2 months to cool down. Bam, straight on the service. They don't even have to worry about physical copies like Blu-ray and digital, Blu-ray and DVD.
Yeah.
Just like give it like 3 months to cool down after you have like a month release in the cinemas.
Yeah.
Then bam, straight on the
Put it
service.
straight on, yeah.
That's not a huge wait for people who didn't go to the theaters, but it also gives the people like us who enjoy going to the theater
The theater cinema experience.
exactly, and getting to see some of these movies that are at that caliber.
Fuck
Like
yeah.
man, it would be awesome if this started a new trend.
Fuck
for,
yeah.
for Netflix and not so much Stan. I think that's only Australia. I don't know.
I
but
think
Netflix-
Stan is only Australia, yeah, because a lot of
Yeah.
the shows that go to Stan are on, other sort of major
Streaming
television.
services, yeah.
I wouldn't say streaming services, but say like main televised channels like
Oh,
CBS
yeah.
and those kind of things.
It's definitely a lot more Australian orientated.
That's
But
right.
No, it would be really awesome if these Amazon Prime originals and Netflix originals actually started coming to the theaters for a little bit.
Yeah.
Man, because some of the caliber of the movies that they've got coming out of those streaming services, fucking great.
Yeah, like there's like those bigger movies, for example, like as I mentioned a few weeks ago, Triple
Yeah.
Frontier. Those things that are over $100 million to make.
Retards, Bring Back Santa Clarita Diet
Yeah,
Season 4.
right. Those big
Yeah.
movies, I wouldn't imagine would bring in too many new customers
No,
to
that's
Netflix.
right.
Like they're basically appealing to the people who already have Netflix.
Exactly.
If that came out in cinema,
Yeah.
and then as a Netflix film, people would go to this and go, "That's a Netflix film. That makes me think that other things on Netflix are good. I'm going to go get that now."
No, that's right. It's also,
So,
yeah.
it's not all good, but
No, but if they started doing it, it is also an advertising tool as well. It's going to
Fucking
cost. It's going to cost them money to get in there. I get that, but at the same time, you're also branching out to people who may not even look at Netflix as
and
an
you're buying a
option.
ticket.
No,
You're getting
that's
that,
right.
that
exactly.
box office. Yeah,
exactly. And even if it's not, even if the goal can't be to make your budget with that box office.
No.
That is purely just an extra icing on the cake.
Yeah.
For the work that you've done on that movie. You know,
That's right.
Nah, absolutely. I hope that Netflix. I know you're listening, mate. Start taking some of your movies. Yeah, start taking some of your movies to the theaters because I will definitely be going to see them.
Yeah. Speaking of movies, on your list here, you know, Disney has announced a very interesting take on nostalgia recently. Now, we know that they're already rebooting, you know, all of their Disney classic animated franchises, and I did find out today something that you're not going to be very happy with.
Oh, no.
I don't know whether this is confirmed. I just saw an article about it.
Oh, what have they done? Oh, no.
But I'm pretty sure The Lion King...
No.
was like their highest grossing animated film so far.
Wait, it's not animated. Yeah.
Well, you know what I'm talking. You know what I mean.
No, I don't.
Fuck. Live action animated.
Wait, so did it overtake Aladdin? Is that what you're getting at? Because Aladdin crossed $1 billion obviously first. It came out first.
There was some. I don't know.
Yeah,
obviously didn't save it. I sent you something else in the chat thing to look at.
The secret chat that we have.
Yeah, the secret chat. Or did I send it directly to you? Maybe I sent it directly to you.
I don't think you did.
Probably not.
I think you just don't like me.
Nope.
I knew it. All right. But no, we brought up the remake concept and what's going on there, blah, 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 and all that. Oh my God, The Lion King is up to the 12th highest grossing film of all time.
I knew. Yeah.
No, this isn't just... What the fuck, people? Why the fuck are you spending money on... Fuck you.
I knew there was something...
Fuck everybody,
I knew there was something that was going to piss you off about The Lion King. Yeah, it's like highest grossing something record, whatever.
Oh my God. People, what the fuck are you doing? Stop going to see that movie. I've paid for it, so I'm also one of the fucking idiots. God damn it.
And you would have paid for 3 tickets. 1 adult and 2 kids tickets.
Yeah. Fucking Jesus Christ. Yeah. That's just... People, stop it. Toy Story 4 hasn't even made $1 billion yet.
Really?
Jesus. No, 990 million. So it'll get there, but oh man.
What a small number.
I'm so
What a small number.
Exactly.
$990 million.
No, that's right. It's disgusting. But no, Aladdin's only got $1.034 billion.
What?
And I'm just talking about Aladdin.
Oh, right.
Yeah. And then Lion King has $1.33 billion.
Fuck, man.
Fuck off, people.
If there's one thing I know...
Okay. Dead set, people. Stop, okay? It's about to overtake Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2. Okay?
Everybody stop right now!
Stop. It's 3.5 million away. Please don't do it, okay? Let Harry Potter have its moment still up in the sun. That's the highest grossing Harry Potter film left. Please, stop, people. Yeah. Anyway, we brought up Disney remakes for a reason because during the week, Disney's going to remake Home Alone.
Yeah. And a bunch of others as well, apparently.
I haven't heard about the others, but the Home Alone
That's the only one you paid attention to? All right, let's see if I can find it. Give me a second to look it up while you talk about it.
I cannot believe that they want to keep fucking up there. Well, actually, sorry. Home Alone, the original one, is not a Disney product.
No.
It was 20th Century Fox. So they purchased 21st Century Fox...
very recently.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, not that long ago, sometime this year. But... the fact that they want to get their hands on other people's old classics is driving me insane. Why the fuck would they want to... They're fucking up their own shit, okay?
So this is going to make you feel even worse about this. So I have an article posted from CNN, which isn't obviously popular in Australia, but...
CNN?
CNN!
Oh, that's fake news. Any Trump fans out there, soz, bro.
So, Merry Christmas, you filthy animal. A Disney remake of Home Alone is on the way. In a conference call with investors... So, red flags already.
Yep.
Disney CEO Bob Iger said that the company would be reimagining the 1990s Christmas classic film for its long-awaited streaming service, Disney+. So...
no.
As we just discussed, it's not even going to cinema.
It's not even going to cinema.
Along with Night at the Museum, Cheaper by the Dozen, and Diary of a Wimpy Kid.
Okay. All right. Okay, so the thing that frustrates me about that list in particular is... Okay, so I just said before, Disney is going to reimagine versions of films that weren't even their property. Okay, I get that they're theirs now. That's fair enough. Okay, Home Alone, as much as that one pisses me off because it's a fucking classic, leave it alone. Okay, Corny McCookin. Sorry, Corny, I know you're listening, bro. Macaulay Culkin
is a legend, by the way.
No, that's right.
Absolute fucking legend.
He has the best sense of humor for somebody whose career went beer. You know, he's
Big
so
time.
cool. But
have you seen his Twitter post after hearing the news about Home Alone? He's like on the lounge
sitting with like a cereal bowl on his belly or something like that.
He's got his big ass double chin, his gut hanging out, a Nintendo 64 controller on the ground. I was like, legend. Like, he's not trying to impress anybody, but he's impressing everybody at the same time.
Very quick sidebar as well. His brother, Kieran Culkin.
Yep.
Incredible talent. If you see a film with Kieran,
Signs.
Exactly.
Yep.
Bam.
I was thinking about him just the other day. I was like,
Kieran Culkin.
I haven't seen him in anything else, but he was really good. Yeah.
Scott Pilgrim versus the World. He was the gay roommate.
Was he really?
Yeah,
I didn't know
Kieran
that.
Culkin. Yeah,
cool.
He's an amazing talent. Anyway, Home Alone. That one pisses me off because it's a classic. Why touch it?
Yeah,
I get
and the
that,
others,
I
gives
get
a fuck.
No, exactly. But I get that they own the property now and it's something that they can sink their teeth into and make money. That's fair enough.
Yeah.
But that one somewhat makes sense. It's an older film. Those other ones that you listed are all within 15, 20 years at most.
Well, yeah.
Night at the Museum, though.
That one had like 3 or 4 sequels, isn't it? And that was an M. Night Shyamalan movie.
No.
What am I thinking of? What's the one
You're
with Ben
thinking
Stiller?
of Last Airbender.
Oh, hold on. Let me have a look. Let me look this up. I'm pretty sure.
Night at the Museum doesn't have M. Night Shyamalan involved.
I swear he's on the poster, man. Like, give me a second.
On the poster? Oh,
he's not in the poster.
Yeah.
Like,
what the twist?
What the twist?
But no, but Night at the Museum though, that one just had a sequel with Rebel fucking Wilson in it, like about 3 or 4 years ago.
Did it?
It's still a fresh property. Why are they
the fuck did I think
reimagining it?
M. Night Shyamalan was on this fucking
Exactly.
poster? Maybe just like the long fucking like Night at the Museum. I was like,
the font?
I think that's literally.
Oh, look at this new Ben Stiller movie, M. Night Shyamalan.
Yeah, I was like, why did I think that?
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway,
that was
moving
weird.
on.
No, but and Cheaper by the Dozen. Okay, like
now
that was Steve Martin classic.
I love
Cheaper
by the Dozen.
I love that the first one.
Did you know Tom Welling? Do you know who Tom Welling is? He plays Superman or whatever in Smallville. He was in that movie.
Yes, of course I knew that. Hilary Duff, bro. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway,
right.
and what was the other one that you mentioned? Since we've sidebarred 7 times during
Diary of a Wimpy Kid, which I haven't seen.
Okay, no, that one legit is only from the last like 9 years, 9 years.
Yeah.
And it has had about 5 sequels.
It has
the
had
most
sequels.
recent one,
Yeah.
like. Why the fuck are they touching those properties? They're still somewhat fresh.
They must own them, I guess.
No,
I suppose.
they do.
No, this is
the whole
Fox
point,
merger,
dude.
isn't it? Yeah.
Exactly, that's the whole point. They bought them from 21st Century Fox. But why those ones?
Now,
Home Alone, as much as that one pisses me off the most, that one makes the most sense because it's the oldest and actually, hey, let's give it a new life.
I could probably answer one of your why are they doing that?
Money.
Well, yes, of course. But Cheaper by the Dozen on Rotten Tomatoes, 24%.
Yeah.
IMDb 5.8 out of 10. So
no, I know it's not a good film. I just enjoy it.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like these aren't exactly highly rated movies. So these are ones that they're looking at. They can go, we can get away with this. But Home Alone is beloved by billions.
No, that's right, exactly. But the thing is, I understand that one because it's an older property. Hey, let's give it a new life and the new thing. I don't like it, but there's still that thing. But the other ones are from this actual century.
They're all from this century. You mean decade?
No, I mean century, Dylan. You think Home Alone was in this century? Come on. No, think
Are you talking about the last 100 years, or are you talking about
no,
like
of course
this,
not.
like,
I'm talking
from
about
2000
the
till
21st century. I'm not talking about the 20th century, Dylan.
I know, just the way you said that was really funny.
No, it wasn't. It was actually very clear and to the point. And to all the listeners right now, they're shaking their head at you. Yeah, that's right. But Disney, stop fucking us, please.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. It's not enough that they're already fucking up like their own properties in remakes. They literally are buying other companies and being like, hey, now we can fuck up yours.
I mean,
Disney's a bully, man. They can, as we've discussed on a previous...
They're going to take over the world.
No, well, yes, but as we've discussed in previous episodes...
TCTP, produced by Disney Studios.
No, fuck that shit. I'm not joining... actually, I will join their money if they want it.
I was going to say,
militia if they want to pay us.
Money, man.
No, that's right.
Is there any older properties, though, that you do remember from your childhood that you have like fallen in love with over the years that you would want to be rebooted?
Oh, man. Off the top of my head, Ghostbusters. I'd love for them to do maybe an all-female version of that.
Oh,
that'd be cool.
It doesn't sound like a great idea. I think you know who I think would be perfect in that?
Oh, who?
Kristen Wiig and
do it.
Melissa McCarthy. Yeah, it sounds brilliant.
No, that's right.
Multi-million-dollar idea right there.
In all honesty, if you chucked Kate McKinnon in, I'd probably be on board.
Yeah, nobody is sexist at all in 2019.
Okay, what about you? Is there any older properties that you'd like to see rebooted? You know what? Like, it wasn't one that fully attached to me, but I would like to see a Never-Ending Story reboot. No, because that's
such an 80s classic, but
that's such a strange, exactly
special effects these days
chuck
would be
the CGI
fantastic. Okay, we probably just piss off a lot of people, but
oh god,
fuck y'all.
No, that's all right. I was gonna say Home Alone, motherfucker. Like, like they clearly don't care about pissing people off. So hey, bring back Never-Ending Story.
But you know what happens when reboots bomb?
What's that?
the originals get sequels 30 years later. So if this new Home Alone bombs, they may come back with an original sequel to...
No, don't do it to me. Don't tease me.
Macaulay Culkin's character was so beaten up and bruised mentally from that, is that he's still being looked after by his parents who go on a holiday, and he's still stuck at home. Wouldn't that be good?
Holy shit. Oh, it's like Step Brothers, man.
Yeah.
Like the child.
He's a man-child.
The man-child. Could you imagine if Kevin McAllister literally, oh my God, I'm so excited at the prospect of this.
Yeah, so Disney Plus, do your thing. We'll let it fuck up, and then we'll bring back Macaulay Culkin for a sequel to Home Alone, whichever the last one he was in.
That's right. Yeah, exactly. Oh, man, that would be so fucking cool to see him grown up and just be like, oh my God, I'm home alone again.
Yeah, I have my iPod and my
and then you cut
iPad and stuff.
You cut to the mother who's like old and shit and frail, and she's like, Kevin, in that moment of,
they deliberately left because they're trying to get away from him because he's so much of a burden.
Maybe it's Home Alone road trip, and he's trying to track them down. He's trying to track them down. Oh man!
Or he's left them, and they're trying to find him, and he's running. I don't know.
Oh yeah,
Hollywood should hire us.
No, they left him at a shopping center, and he's like locked in the shopping center. Oh man, dude. We're in the wrong line of business. Sorry, if our bosses are listening, we quit because we're obviously geniuses.
We're about to make a lot of money from Disney streaming services.
No, speaking of making a lot of money, though, Walmart brought something to my attention this week. Well, you brought it to my attention about Walmart.
And the entire internet brought it to my attention.
No,
this is obviously 3 days old. It's old news now because everyone looked at this and went, "Oh, are you fucking serious?"
It's just one of those like smack your head moment. Like
right?
It's just ridiculous. The logic behind it, the fact that you know more about this than me, but you've moved for a second, so I panicked and I was about to lead into it.
Where are you going?
But as far as you wrote in the notes here, Walmart have removed violent games after the most recent shootings to happen in America.
Yeah.
But they still sell fucking guns.
Right. So.
Logic.
So.
What?
A few celebrities have commented on this, and especially a lot of Instagram influencers as well. Essentially, the story was that they removed violent video games, and then I heard that it was just the advertisements for those games. But then I found out, they legit removed the games, but they still sold the guns. I was like, where the fuck do you think these people are getting these guns from? They're going, hey, can I have a gun? They're going, $2.99, here it is.
No, exactly. That's
fuck!
You
don't get it!
Just the simple fact that a child now cannot purchase a game and go home and pretend to violently hurt
He's going to get pissed off because he can't. He's going to buy a gun and mow down a fucking school instead.
I would love, no, sorry, I'm going to rephrase that.
Please do.
It would be so ironic if there was another shooting soon to happen, and it happened in a Walmart because somebody got angry because they couldn't buy the video game that they wanted to play.
And you know what would happen? Oh, it was because of the video game he couldn't. It's like, no, it's because you were sold him the fucking gun.
No, that's right.
And people are going, well, in Australia, people still get stabbed and beaten up. It's like, yeah, but you can stab one person, and that person may live and fight back. It's hard to stab 30 or 40 people all at once like you can with a gun.
It's a lot harder, and I know that people can throw them far, but it's a lot harder to hurt somebody with a knife from, I don't know, 100 feet away, as opposed to a gun where you can just go, bang, you're dead over there, you're dead over there. You have to be pretty good at throwing knives to be able to hurt somebody.
Right.
But violence, just no?
Right?
Yeah.
Just stop it. Just can't. What's that famous line in Mars Attacks? Can't we all just get along? But no, apparently we can't. See, this is a song lyric I've written in one of the songs that I've been writing recently. For those who don't know, I'm a little bit of a musician, not to just wank my own horn here.
Yeah, but toot motherfucker.
Toot motherfucker.
Yeah.
I started writing a song after the Christchurch shootings, the one that happened in New Zealand earlier this year, because I've got half of my family in Auckland.
That's right.
And that made me so fucking mad that I was actually able to write a song for the first time in 5 years.
Yeah.
And all the lyrics were basically based on we all live on the same planet. It's a shame you all fucking forgot.
Yeah.
This is the reason why we can't get further than this.
Yeah.
Because, we're from a different country. Things to do. No, we're on the same planet.
Yeah.
We eat this. We breathe the same air. Fuck!
No, we're all pink on the inside.
We're all pink
Just
on the
saying.
inside, motherfucker. Yeah. That's right.
Speaking of pink on the inside.
Speaking of pink on the inside.
No, while we're on the topic of violence and guns and such and stuff like that, there's a movie coming out September 27th called The Hunt.
Is it coming out though?
Well, no, it is coming out. That's for sure.
Right.
But no, it's produced by Blumhouse and Universal,
Mm-hmm.
and it recently had ESPN in particular, they pulled all advertising for the movies after those most recent shootings in El Paso and Dayton.
Yeah.
Because it's a very controversial topic that actually took a while to get made because of its controversial nature. It was originally called...
Every time they start production, they go, fucking hell, there was another shooting.
No, well,
fucking hell. Oh, sorry, America.
No, well, see, that's the thing. It's called The Hunt, and basically its original title was Red State versus Blue State, which Republicans and Democrats.
Okay.
And basically the concept is, I'm not sure which side is which, but there's some people from this political party, they get kidnapped and then gagged and thrown into this field, and then the other literally hunt them.
Fucking. So it's
it's just like a modern day horror movie, and it's playing off real world events. But the reason I brought it up is because of those shootings. They lost a fuck ton of advertising because they just released a new trailer. It got cleared. Shootings happened. We're just not gonna.
Yeah, I thought they pulled it completely. I thought
no. The movie's still coming out, but now its advertising is fucking fucked.
Is
you know,
like,
and
just
it's
on that topic, it's funny how well, it's not really funny, but it's fascinating how that they can go, we'll pull it for a couple of weeks, and then as soon as everybody forgets about it, we'll put it back.
No, pretty much. I know. But that's the thing. With the society we live in, literally is short-memoried.
Yeah, fucking A.
Like we are literally commercial goldfish.
Oh,
it's just like that. Summing it up simply, but no, it was just interesting to hear that they actually pulled all advertising for it. But it's just funny to hear that it's been approved. Yes, shootings. Oh, we don't want it anymore. Mm-hmm. Sorry, because it's fresh in the minds. Movie's still going to come out. Movie's still going to make money.
Yep.
Hey. I'm keen to actually see this, man. It sounds like a pretty fun modern take on horror.
Yeah, so it kind of gives me the indication. It's similar to The Purge in a way. The Purge, when that came out, everyone was like, fuck, this could be a real concept. And then the later movies got a bit silly.
I'm pretty sure they're up to Purge 36 now. So
that sounds a bit standard. Just like Hellraiser and fucking Nightmare on Elm Street.
No, that's right. It's a
Annabelle,
franchise,
there's a billion
man.
of them. Yeah.
It's a Saw. You know, it's a franchise.
Where the first two are good and the rest suck balls. Yeah.
But that's right. But I feel like this may be a case though of this one because of the controversy it's had before it's even been released. Mm-hmm. Maybe there won't be a sequel for this one unless it's like a box office smash.
Yeah.
But stranger things have happened.
Stranger things have happened.
Yeah.
What were you looking at me like that for?
I don't know anymore, man.
I was going to say,
I don't know.
You wanted me to transition to the next topic. The topics aren't on the screen.
Oh, that's right. I took them away because I was about to look that up. That's my bad. But no, I was about to have another Wilson from Home Improvement moment from TSP, from TCTP GST from last week. Yeah. Oh, by the way, I apologize to everyone for that one because it got slurry at the end.
I listened to it the day after, as I always do. I was like, this is actually working out really well. And then about 3/4, I was like, there it is.
No, that's right.
There's the alcohol. It just tips us over the edge, and we're both just like, movies and stuff. Yeah.
It's like there's one particular cut moment in that episode where all of a sudden it's like, oh, they're smashed, right? Like just out of nowhere. But no, I had fun doing that, and I think we discussed off there, we've agreed now that each episode ending in 6. So 16 was that one, 26, 36, 46. Those episodes will be TCTP GST specials,
which means get slightly tipsy, which
but
also
we're
will
gonna
mean
get fucking hammered,
get super drunk. So GSD.
And the best part is as long as if we drink heavy during the episode, you can actually hear it in our voice when we start out as we are now, and then all of a sudden we just get a bit slow. What
are we talking about next, man? What have we got on there?
Yeah, that's right. So every 16th episode of TCTP available on Podbean, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and
YouTube.
Big Summer Blowout.
Cool.
Yeah. So The Hunt, I will give that a YAAAS when it comes out at the end of September. I'm just saying.
Irregardless of the controversy surrounding it, it sounds like a fun concept. It's no different to any other violent shoot 'em up movie that's come out of the last 70 years.
We need to give the people another reason to blame shootings. So hey, why not bring it a shooting movie?
Yeah. Fucking idiots. Speaking of violent movies, Amazon have recently announced somewhere on the internet that they're creating a TV show of a relatively old sci-fi space horror movie, which is one of my most favorite fucking movies of all time.
Yeah.
Have you seen Event Horizon?
No, I have not.
Well, this will be one for all the nerds out there, who may have looked at the poster and gone, because the DVD box art and the poster looks really cheap, but the movie is fucking amazing.
No, I remember seeing that DVD art at the video store when I worked there. If you didn't know, I worked at a video store, by the way.
Yeah, you haven't listened to the past few episodes.
No, that's right. And it was just Sam Neill and Lawrence Fishburne just kind of standing
face
there,
right there,
blank, and it just says Event Horizon,
Yeah, and like a kind of crudely drawn spaceship, which is the actual ship itself, which is titled the Event Horizon.
Yeah.
But Amazon are developing. It's very early stages, obviously, but they've announced that they're developing a TV series based on the story of Event Horizon. Whether it's a prequel, sequel, or during, I have no idea.
Yeah. So what is Event Horizon?
So Event Horizon tells the story of a space crew led by, as we said before, Sam Neill and Lawrence Fishburne, as well as a few other sort of A-list characters. I can't remember the cast names right now.
Yeah.
But they go off into space looking for a ship which got lost called the Event Horizon. I believe whether the thing got lost or the ship just all of a sudden appeared after like 70 years. I think that was the premise, actually. Aboard this ship was a device which was designed to help them teleport the spaceship from one part of the universe to another in an instant.
Yeah. Okay.
What happens when they finally get on board is that the ship actually went to some kind of purgatory, some kind of hell.
Oh, okay.
So once they're on the ship, they start to lose their minds. They're seeing visions, and they start to go crazy. Sam Neill's character becomes super, super, super evil.
Oh, okay.
And it's violent, it's visceral, it's really fucking good.
So that Sam Neill's a very naughty boy.
Very naughty boy, yes.
Okay.
So for someone who plays usually either the heroes or the fairly regular characters, this is way out of left field for what you're used to with Sam Neill. You know, it came out in 97, so a few years after Jurassic Park. So this is the height of his Hollywood era, basically.
Well,
Paul W.S. Anderson, who's done the most recent Resident Evil movies, and the nostalgia-filled Mortal Kombat.
Yes.
This is one of his best films.
Okay, all right. Yeah, no, I'm if you can just talk for a little bit more, I'm just going to look up some images of that because it sounded fucking brutal, so... Yeah.
So it's a movie based on his TV show and a series. But Amazon, So
bringing out a TV series based. Holy shit!
Yeah, look at the pictures.
What the fuck, Sam Neill?
Right, so he's got this real pinhead, like Hellraiser aesthetic to it, and the story is very much like that. So, like when they go on to the Event Horizon,
where the fuck are his eyes?
Yeah, so this is part of.
Oh my god!
I think the section what we're looking at the moment is where Sam Neill's like face has been scratched and he's missing his eyes. I can't remember whether that was part of a flashback or that actually happened to his character.
Good lord!
But if you're into the very visceral horror aspects of science
it looks
fiction,
like a crucifixion, almost.
Very similar to Hellraiser. I would highly. This was going to be my recommendation last week, but now it's this episode.
But we were drunk.
But we were very drunk.
How did I miss this movie?
As I said, the poster looked like shit. So you probably looked at it and went,
the poster. I think I just saw it. The poster that I saw, like I said, it was just Sam Neill and Lawrence Fishburne's face, and that was it. Like, and it just said Event Horizon, and I'm like, oh, that's some spspaceship movie. I didn't know that it was fucking like gruesome and gory and stuff because
it's infamous because there was a particular scene, or there was particular scenes that was filmed to act as flashbacks that these people are hallucinating visions of their hell. So which was a large portion of it was cut out of the movie to make it an R rating. It's like RoboCop. It was so violent that they couldn't get a rating.
Even get an R for it. It had to be R-rated.
I think most of those scenes deleted or on the cutting room floor, but some of them remained. And there's like they're ripping each other apart. There's orgies. There's blood. There's barbed wire.
There's a body that's been torn apart right there.
Yeah, man, that's right. So
seriously, it just looked like a boring spaceship movie. But my god, this looks like an amazing horror that I've missed.
Yeah, man. If you can, absolutely fucking check this out.
Did you say you owned it on Blu-ray?
I'll be letting you borrow it. Absolutely.
I'll borrow that.
As soon as you're done with my VHS movies.
Yeah. So speaking of shit,
I still haven't watched High Tension though. Like you let me borrow that.
Yeah. Well, then fuck you. But
yeah, I have it. They're ready to go, so that'll be on the cards for this weekend as well.
So, Event Horizon TV series getting produced by Amazon.
Yeah,
fuck yeah, Amazon.
And because of Amazon's track record so far, I'm about halfway through the first season of The Boys that I recommended last week.
Yes,
and that's just getting better. Man. I've got all the faith.
No, but not only that, man. Jean-Claude Van Johnson. Like seriously, I'm gonna mention that every time until somebody fucking watches it and messages the page and says, "I know, right? It's good."
Yeah,
seriously, please, somebody watch that movie.
Yeah,
TV series. Yeah.
Yeah, so the movie is great. The trailer doesn't do it justice. The advertising doesn't do it justice, but it's a cult classic.
We just in between cuts, like I went and watched the old trailer for the 1990s.
Cuts? What cuts?
Cards?
Cards. In between cards.
Oh, no, sorry. I have a device that stops time. So, I don't know. But anyway,
Did anyone just wake up feeling a little itchy?
No, what? Wait.
Whenever you get itchy, somebody has put yourself in time. Stop.
Oh, right.
I don't know,
Anyway,
I'm just talking at my ass.
yeah,
Anyway,
a little
moving
bit. No, Event Horizon. I watched the old trailer for it, and it didn't look that good. Like,
The
like,
trailer looks
yeah,
like
exactly.
shit.
Yeah. No, so I'm definitely keen to see that in a TV version. Why the fuck not?
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
What was that, Dylan?
My phone told me to go to bed.
Oh shit. Okay. All
And
right,
it's got
guys.
the little twinkle, twinkle,
Well,
little star
I
kind
am
of thing.
Mitchell, along with yeah. All right. So what's next on the agenda, Dilbo? Are we ready for a segment yet? Or?
Oh, we can have a bit of a segment, but there's one thing I wanted to bring up very quickly. Now,
of course.
we've primarily talked about movies.
We have
this
only
episode.
talked about movies.
We've only talked
Yeah.
about movies and shootings and stuff this episode.
Gotta get the shootings in.
Gotta get the shootings in, yeah. But in terms of gaming news recently, there's nothing new that's coming out recently that I don't think that appeals to the masses as such. But we discussed last week how Ninja, like the world famous Fortnite streamer, has moved from Twitch to
Mixer.
Pardon me, Mixer.
Yes, Twitch. Yeah.
Twitch have
Mixer.
got
Yeah.
Twitch has got themselves into a little bit of hot water recently after somehow on Twitch, on Ninja's old abandoned account, I should say.
It's just perpetually offline, essentially.
Yeah, it's been advertising porn somehow.
How did they let that get through? Because it's not like it's not playing porn. It's advertising porn.
Yeah, it's like we're coming up
Yeah,
next.
exactly. On browsers. Like, like
yeah.
How
does Twitch? I know Twitch obviously does gaming, but people also stream a whole bunch of other stuff. Like playing music or art or whatever.
They do not do adult.
They don't do
streaming
porn.
No, so they don't stream porn. No,
because I know a lot of things like Snapchat
not
and all
web girls and stuff like that.
Yeah,
like like the cams, like not cam girls.
Okay.
Yeah,
because I know that things
but
like
they advertise.
Things like Instagram and Snapchat have their separate versions that are adult only and
to a degree.
And all that. So I was wondering whether Twitch had one of those as well.
As far as I'm aware, no. I haven't.
I always see these articles of famous Twitch streamer fucking got their account banned because their nipple slipped out, whatever, blah 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 blah.
Yeah,
but so the article that we have here from Comic Book WWWG. No,
comicbook.com/gaming.
I was looking at the logo going, what the fuck is that?
Yeah, look at the logo.
Let's have a quick look here. So, so apparently, is it the Shear? So, Emmett Shear is the CEO of Twitch, and he's come out to publicly apologize that lewd content that appeared on Ninja's offline channel is grossly violated, blah, 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 blah. So how the fuck did it get there?
No, that's right, exactly. And to me, I don't care what he says. I don't care how he explains it. As far as I'm concerned, this was just a dig at Ninja and also trying to get some of those big porn bucks generated on an offline channel.
Somebody's got to come back to it.
No, well, it's an offline channel that still would have had probably more traffic than most channels.
Yeah, that's got me thinking, who's watching it now is not online.
No, well, there's nothing to see, other than an advertisement, because it's not like he could put up an advertisement saying, "Oh, I'm over at Mixer, leave this site." So they've just got an empty channel there, and out of curiosity, people would probably just jump on there, see what's going on now, and all that was there was an advertisement for porn,
some titties, I guess.
Exactly, yeah. So I guess the MDOGG has found his big double D's.
What?
Call back to the beginning of the fucking episode, Dylan.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, I
have no idea what this fucking guy's talking about.
It's just your boy MDOGG looking for some girls with the big double D's. What? All right. So speaking of big double D's, I think it's time
for
YAAAS. Pass. Excited.
See, one thing I've noticed a little bit in the past few weeks that we always go YAAAS if we want to see it, but also YAAAS if we're excited for it. So should we set a few metrics here? If we're actually going to see it, should we say that we're excited? If we want to see it but maybe not get the chance, or we just want to see it at some point, say YAAAS.
So you're saying have a level to it where YAAAS is under-excited.
No. YAAAS is I'm keen for this, but excited is fuck yes, I'm actually going to go see it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So there's a scale, and it goes excited, YAAAS, pass, or applaud.
Yeah,
okay.
That's right. How does that sound to you? Or is that just too complicated?
I'd rather go the other way. I'd rather go YAAAS, because that's the whole fucking segment.
See, I get that, but we've said YAAAS to a lot of things. True. But if we go, it's coming out, I'm not really going to... I'm not going to go watch it at the movies, but I'm excited.
Dylan, we'll try your structure this week.
Okay.
And we'll just see how it rolls.
All right.
Okay, so this week coming to cinemas this Thursday, the 15th of August.
Yeah.
We have two stop. You keep no. I know.
I'm just looking at you. I'm not doing anything.
That's the problem. We need a divider up in here.
Yeah.
No. Okay, so we have two that have caught my attention this week, coming to Australian theatres this Thursday, the 15th of August.
Yeah.
We're going to start off with the one that we're already not playing. Well, sorry.
What the fuck are you saying?
We're planning on seeing one of these in particular, but we'll
Right.
start off with the other one, okay? So the first one is A Dog's Journey.
Ooh,
now,
puppies.
I've seen this trailer shoved down my throat about 4 times
Oh, really?
in the last movie sessions that I've been to and stuff. Mostly kids' movies because it's PG. But
Right.
no, we have the evergreen. He's Dennis Quaid. Oh my god,
I
love
like Dennis Quaid.
I love me some
Yeah.
Dennis Quaid.
He was in another movie kind of like Event Horizon, which we just spoke about,
Oh,
called
yeah.
Pandora. Have you seen
Okay.
that?
No.
That's another sort of lower budget sci-fi, which
Yeah.
is more of a cult film now. It's a few
Okay.
years old now, but
Yeah.
he's really good in that.
No, yeah.
Move
But
on.
no, A Dog's Journey. Dennis Quaid plays Ethan, and it's about his dog Bailey. Yeah, that's right. Voiced by the wonderfully talented Josh Gad.
Oh wait, so
but-
this movie has a talking dog in it.
No. It doesn't talk.
It's just his thoughts.
It's his thoughts.
Right,
Yeah,
that's one
exactly.
of
And
those.
basically, the
Okay.
premise is Dennis Quaid, ever since he was a young boy, had this one particular dog
Yep.
who was special and just helped him and stuff like that.
Like special,
But then
like,
no,
like
not special.
like
No. And this dog, its spirit, its I don't know what you
Its
call it. Its
soul?
soul. Yes.
Right.
That has carried through to each of his pets, each of his dogs.
Oh, okay.
Exactly. So it's kind of the same dog, and then once
okay.
once the last version of it passes away, it moves on to his daughter, and his daughter grows up, as you can see with this dog here, and
it's-
then it passes away. But then
okay.
another dog when she's an adult, and it's kind of like
Is
it's
this
following a dog's journey.
Is
Yeah.
this a sequel or a prequel to I swear there was another movie that was under a bit of scrutiny recently called A Dog's Purpose. That's the one I'm thinking of. I remember this one called A Dog's Purpose.
Yeah.
Josh Gad as well, Dennis Quaid. So this must be a prequel. Oh, actually, no, the first one. Sorry.
Sequel. What the hell is this? I didn't know that it was involved.
So this one came out a few years ago, but this one
Yeah.
got a lot of scrutiny because there was a scene. No, not a scene. Sorry, there was a clip that was leaked online during the filming of this movie where a dog nearly fucking drowned.
Oh, okay.
So they were filming a particular scene
Oh.
in this big sort of bath that they've created where they were creating
Yeah, yeah.
rapids.
Yeah.
And they were trying to fish this dog out. The fucking thing's struggling to keep itself above
Yeah.
the water. And
so
nearly,
it wasn't really acting. It was method acting. It was real.
Yeah, like this fucking
Yeah,
thing nearly
okay,
drowned. So
right.
people were like, oh, boycott it. But obviously it didn't work because
Well,
there's a
obviously
sequel.
there's a sequel, or
Yeah.
it might be a prequel coming out. But
And I would
yes, no.
assume the dog's fine, but at the same time, like, watching it was pretty harrowing. But, like, I mean, what do you do? Like,
Yeah, no, but anyway, so this one is coming out to Australian theatres this Thursday. Dog's Journey, starring Dennis Quaid and Josh Gad. That's a pass.
Pass,
That's
okay.
a pass. I'm sorry.
I mean, I'm a dog lover. We had dogs coming in. Oh, I didn't kick them either. I've got 3 dogs living at my house at the moment.
no,
and
that's
one
right.
cat.
Yeah, no,
I love
I've got a couple of dogs in the backyard as well. I love
Yeah.
my dogs, but I love Dennis Quaid, but I don't want
Yeah.
to hear about this.
And I tolerate Josh Gad.
No, that's right, exactly. So, but in saying
He was
that,
okay in
in
Pixels.
saying that,
Mm.
in particular this week, if there's a film I'm going to pay to see, it's not going to be one about a dog.
No, that's
Okay?
right. It's going to be
So-
something. Yeah, you can.
No,
you
it's
can
going
carry
to be it's going to be one that I would consider a modern fairy tale.
Oh,
Well,
sorry,
did you-
I don't know what that was.
Did you want to redo that sound or just?
Oh,
okay, you did.
I think that
You
was-
did.
I think that
I was
worse.
really hoping you weren't going to, but no. The one that I'm going to want to pay to see this week will be Once Upon a Time
In
Hollywood.
Hollywood.
Okay, yeah, we're teaming up.
Yep.
No, the ninth film by Quentin Tarantino being mentioned on the podcast a million
times.
It's already been out in America for about 2 weeks now, but it's finally coming out to Australia
Dirty dogs.
this Thursday.
Yeah.
And I'm just already saying, excited. TCTP, DTC.
Yeah, excited. Yeah, we got to go see this. Yeah.
Absolutely. For those who don't know, it's about Leonardo DiCaprio and his stunt double Brad Pitt. Yeah. No,
Yep,
I said
that's
that right.
right.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, we haven't seen it yet, so from the trailers we can assume that that's how it goes.
No, that's right. But
It stars
and-
Charles Manson, Bruce Lee.
No, what? Bruce Lee?
There's a scene in it where he's fighting that Asian character. He's got the hair. It's like it's
okay,
Bruce Lee in the movie.
Yep, no.
Bruce Lee doesn't.
No, but that's right.
alive
Like
anymore, man.
the cast
But,
list, the cast list is absolutely stellar. Leonardo DiCaprio, Brad Pitt, Margot Robbie. The one that has me excited is Emil Hirsch. Do you know Emil Hirsch?
Emil Hirsch. I've heard of him.
He's the one who broke onto the scene in Sean Penn's directorial debut in 2005, Into the Wild.
It's
So
been a
2009,
long
sorry.
time since I've seen that movie.
No, I was going to say, but that's a fantastic film. But he's one of those actors who kind of just burst on and then it's just kind of like, stem it out a little bit,
Yeah, okay.
So I'm excited to see him in a Tarantino as
If
well.
you open him up in a separate screen, because we're looking at the cast lists at the moment. Like,
No, that's right. But also on that cast list, you have Timothy Olyphant,
Fuck
who
yes.
I absolutely love. I saw Luke Perry down here as well.
This
Al
is his
fucking Pacino, man.
Well, Luke Perry, this was his last
Yeah,
film.
I was gonna say Luke Perry passed away not that long ago,
which is
but-
very sad. But
Yeah.
I haven't seen him in anything else that I can think of. But yeah, see the Bruce Lee character.
I was about to say Mike Moe plays Bruce Lee,
Yeah.
which is very exciting as
But
well.
also Dakota Fanning.
Yes,
I know
Dakota
we've talked
Fanning.
about her like once or twice before, but I don't mind her. I think she's good.
No, that's right, exactly. You asked me to open Emile Hirsch, and I also just remembered The Girl Next Door. Have you seen The Girl Next Door, man?
This is a movie that I've been meaning to see my entire life, and I've just never bothered to click on it or whatever.
It's awesome, man. Okay,
Yeah.
it stars one of the chicks from Happy Endings, one of my recommendations.
Okay.
Yes. No, but you asked me to open up Emile Hirsch, so am I still talking about him? Or?
Yeah. Well, let's go back
No?
to see
Yeah.
what he's all about. So,
Oh, okay,
obviously,
yeah, no.
Girl Next Door, Speed Racer, Milk.
No, that's right.
What else has he done that I may have seen?
Oh, well, Troll Hunters. He's
Nope.
okay.
I
Yeah,
haven't
the
seen it.
IMDb the Speed Racer. He was like that was after Into the Wild. The up here, man. This
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
Yeah,
no,
that
it's-
was like the big budget Speed Racer reboot.
Yeah,
But anyway,
which-
Emile
yeah.
Hirsch in particular, I'm also excited to see as well. But man, there's nothing I can say other than fucking excited. It's
Do you have
literally.
a synopsis for the good people of TCTP?
Well,
audience?
yeah, to a degree, like Leonardo DiCaprio's, his character is a faded television actor, and his stunt double, Brad Pitt, strive to achieve fame and success in the film industry during the final years of Hollywood's golden age in the 1969, so the late 60s.
I'm
which
really
is prime Charles Manson time,
Yeah,
which I'm so keen for, man.
really fascinated to see whether. I mean, it's probably already out. I mean, it is out across the world, and people can say whether it does or not. But I'm interested to see how familiar it is to real life events.
No, that's right,
You
exactly.
know? So
That's-
whether it's
That's like my favorite thing about Tarantino, man. He's created this like entire film, which, by the way, we haven't mentioned, 2 hours and 41-minute runtime.
fuck yeah, right?
Abso-fucking-lutely. But one of the things he does so well is he creates this entire storyline, this like fictional storyline, but throws in little dabs of truth along the way.
Yeah.
Like, a la Inglourious Bastards as well. Like that's a fictional story set in a real thing with Hitler. Like you
See,
know, like
I found out today that
I just
apparently-
love that about Tarantino.
I found out today that Inglourious Bastards, the movie itself,
Yeah.
is obviously an alternative to World War II history.
Yes.
But that movie itself is based on a movie within another Tarantino movie.
Yeah, exactly.
You know,
that's
so
right.
that's how he gets away with retelling these kind of events, but also linking his movies together. So
That's right.
I think I think Kill Bill was one of them, or Kill Bill had like death proof in it, or some kind of fourth wall breaking level like that. Where
he's got a very good
yeah.
history of kind of like layering them and like just creating little
story inception, so to speak.
Yeah,
you know?
but
So-
dots that people can join lines if they want to delve in that far. So
Yeah.
anyway, yes, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood comes out in Australia this week. We're definitely going to go and see it for TCTP DCC.
very excited.
Absolutely, man.
Excited.
By the way, it'll have to be a weekend session during the day because
Cool, because
I work-
I'm not available during any days that's not the weekend.
No, I know, but it's I mean
you're not
not
doing
the
an
night
evening,
because I'm on
right.
night shift. So
yeah.
I
Okay,
know,
that's
it's
cool.
stress. But
Yeah,
yeah,
it's-
anyway, so yeah, okay, so we had A Dog's Journey, which no, thank
Whatever,
you, and Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, which is
Fuck yes.
excited.
Excited.
Yeah, sorry,
Yeah.
you knew scale structure. How do you
Excited.
feel the scale structure went, Dylan?
See, if A Dog's Journey was something else that we were excited for, but we weren't going to see
It would
because
be
we're
a
going to
YAAAS.
see. That's right.
Yes.
You catching
No,
on?
no, I
Are you catching on?
All right, you're patronizing me. I understand the fucking structure, you dick.
Are you catching on, bitch?
No, I don't understand at all.
All right, I'm not going to
Yeah.
explain it again. Cool,
No,
but yeah.
but wait, is Blooded the worst or Pass?
Blooded is the worst.
Blooded is the
Blooded.
worst. Okay,
Yeah.
All right, so A Dog's Journey, I'm giving a pass because maybe one day it'll be on.
That's
and
what I
might watch
mean.
it.
But it's not like we're
But
looking
it's
at this
not
going,
blooded.
this sucks.
That's right. It's not
Yeah.
blooded. I'm never going to see it burn all copies
That's
of it.
right.
Yeah. So, Dylan, I believe my mouth is a little bit dry.
Oh, is it?
So, yes. I might need to... excuse me for 1 second.
How many times have you inhaled the water by doing that?
Well, I forgot how much I'd already drunk, so I was there sucking for a while, and then all of a sudden it hit me like a ton of bricks. But I was also drinking... Yeah.
I could export that soundbite and use that with anything I want. I was sucking for quite a while, then it just exploded.
Oh, fuck. God damn it. MD or double G looking for the dudes with the big dicks. Anyone hit me up, please?
Speaking of long dicks.
No, we're not transitioning with penises anymore. But as far as I'm concerned, these recommendations. There's Thursday. Oh my good lord, sign me up, Sony. Okay?
Sign you up.
Sign me up.
Time.
6-album deal straight up.
Alright.
Anyway, all right. So can I take it from the top this week?
Absolutely.
From the top.
From the top.
No, because I believe last week in TCTP GST, my recommendation just disappeared from the podcast. It's like I just stumbled out of the room and left.
Strange.
I know, it's weird. It's almost like we almost hit 2 fucking hours last week.
Yeah.
Anyway, my recommendation this week that is making me very thirsty is the 1995 crime mystery thriller, The Usual Suspects.
Wait, haven't you already spoken about this?
No.
Oh, you were going to. That's
exactly.
right.
That's right. No, because I was scrolling through Netflix and I was looking for another recommendation of mine. I'll just briefly touch on it here because it's not on Netflix anymore. The Departed.
Yeah.
Have you seen The Departed?
Long time ago.
Exactly. But it went off Netflix and then the next day The Usual Suspects was there. Being that it's from 1995, I thought, hey, there might actually be some people who are too young to remember this movie or have not gone back and watched it. My God, people, go and watch this movie. It is fucking phenomenal.
Yeah, right.
So have you seen it, Dylan?
No.
Okay, so you haven't. So this is a recommendation for you because you should fucking love it. Anyway, a very brief synopsis of it. A sole survivor tells of the twisty events leading up to a horrific gun battle on a boat, which began when 5 criminals met at a seemingly random police lineup. Okay, so basically, these guys, they go in for a police lineup. Exactly, yeah, the usual suspects. Exactly, they get called in for a police lineup, and then all of a sudden there's this gun battle on that. Some people die in that, and they're trying to find out the identity of like the mastermind of all of these crimes, Kaiser Soze.
Kaiser Soze.
Yes, exactly.
Right, okay.
Anyway, if it's not ringing a bell and it doesn't spoil it for you, you need to go and watch this movie because the ending is fucking just worth it all. Like just seeing it all pieced together and you're like, fucking hell, it was right there the whole time, that kind of thing. But the cast list...
That reminds me of Game Night, how it all kind of wraps up in the end.
Okay, but this is a serious crime thriller instead. Yes, no, that's right. But the cast is what does it for me. So it's headlined by Kevin Spacey. He's the main person.
Oh, yes.
No, that's right.
I haven't seen this movie, but I do remember seeing the pictures of the lineup.
No, exactly, that's right. Yeah. You've got Kevin Spacey, you've got Stephen Baldwin, who, by the way, I do think is more talented than Alec. You've also got Benicio del Toro as well, Kevin Pollak. It's just such a phenomenal movie, and the payoff is worth it in the end. It's one of those movies that it was of the year that it came out in 1995. Sorry, It was like the best thriller of the year.
Benicio del Toro.
I said that while you were looking, while you were rudely ignoring me to look it up on your phone.
So this is a movie like full of a cast of like other actors who I really like.
No, that's what I mean, and it's one of those movies that it sucks you in. You're completely drawn into it, and it pays it off at the end. Like everything about this movie, the structure, the writing, the directing, the action, the comedy. There is comedy in there as well. The tension, the drama. It's all there and it's all to a T and you cannot look away.
Fuck yeah.
And that's why I need to recommend this because now that it's on Netflix, more eyeballs can be on it because I believe it only just came on Netflix as well. So if you have a Netflix subscription like 95% of the world does now, absolutely if you're into a crime thriller with a fucking killer payoff of an ending, Kaiser Soze, Kevin Spacey, The Usual Suspects. This is one of the best movies of the 90s, in my opinion.
It's funny you say that. I'm just looking at the poster now. I've looked it up so that way I can visualize like what you're telling me.
Yeah.
When you say it's definitely the 90s, like the costumes of these characters is 190% the 90s.
Oh, it's fit absolutely to its like time in history, it's not trying to be something it's not. Like it's seriously It's a brilliant film, and I only saw it probably about 5-6 years ago.
Yeah, right.
Just randomly.
So it still holds up as a first time.
No, absolutely. Because I'd always heard about it. I'd always heard about Kaiser Soze because I'm a Kevin Spacey fan to a degree, you know. And man, I watched it and I was just like, you're fucking kidding.
You're
like at
fucking
the end.
kidding.
Like dead set at the end. And that's the thing. The monologue that goes on over the top towards the end, you would have heard it referenced in pop culture many a time, man. Like it is a very iconic ending.
That's the image that I was telling you about where they're all in the lineup. That's what's referenced in a lot of pop culture on the internet, in certain YouTube videos.
No, that's
and
right,
podcasts
exactly. And
which is cool.
It's one of those ones that you need to watch just purely for the ending, basically. The twist ending, it's just, man, the usual suspects.
It's very twisty.
Exactly. What the twist?
What the twist?
Yeah, The Usual Suspects available on Netflix. Go and check it out, people, if you haven't. It is an absolute classic.
Fucking hit it up!
It made me thirsty.
Very good. Cool.
Right.
Well, my thirst was certainly quenched by that, but now mine's a little thirsty.
I was about
again.
to say, Dylan, mine was good, but I really need something else to quench it.
Well, let me quench your thirst with my recommendation, which
Good
is also
boy.
making me thirsty.
Good man.
Now, on the train of Netflix, I know we were blowing smoke up Amazon's ass a little bit earlier, but this is a Netflix original film called Cargo.
Okay.
Now, earlier in the episode, I was saying how much I appreciate good Australian films.
Yes.
And there's not many that I've seen, obviously, because we're all distracted by Hollywood and the big budget.
Of course.
Australian films.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
Cargo stars Martin Freeman, who, of course,
yes.
is English. He's been in Black Panther.
He was in Lord of the Rings as well.
Yes,
one of them,
he was.
The Hobbit.
Yep.
The Hobbit.
No, The Hobbit. That's
It was
right.
The Hobbit,
because
yeah.
He played... Oh, fuck, they're going to... Lord of the Rings is good. The Hobbit sucked. He's played
Yeah.
Frodo's uncle?
Yeah.
Something
I remember him as well from Hot Fuzz, Shaun of the Dead.
I don't think he was in
The
Shaun of
World's
the
End.
Dead. He was. I rewatched The World's End recently.
So did I. Fucking
and
good,
that was
eh?
great. Yeah, but I don't think he was in Hot Fuzz. Or...
No, he was in Hot Fuzz. I'm sure he was. He was one of the Anyway,
moving on.
Keep talking. Yeah, sorry.
So yeah, Cargo.
Cargo.
Cargo is an Australian film. Well, it's set in Australia, so it's produced by Netflix, and the production company is Umbrella Entertainment, which once you look at it. You'll know the logo.
Of course.
They were the ones who put forth like a lot of the older Hellraiser movies, not Dimension films, but they're the ones who produced it, sort of.
Yeah.
So the world has taken over by a virus that turns people into zombies within 48 hours.
Okay.
Okay,
so it's a slow acting.
It's
virus,
a slow-acting virus, but also it's a fairly slow movie. It's one of those... It's not going to blow your socks off like Zombieland or Shaun of the Dead.
So it's not action zombie.
No.
Okay.
There are very mild action elements, but it's set in the Australian outback. Now, for all of our international listeners who don't know what this is like, the Australian outback has fuck all in it.
Yeah.
There's maybe... there's Indigenous Aboriginal people and maybe the occasional shrub. That's about it.
No, that's right. I believe not an exact figure, but it's 80% of Australia is uninhabitable.
Barren fucking land. That's why people say, we've got plenty of rooms. But nobody can live there except for the indigenous, culture.
Exactly, and the odd cattle farmer who owns half a state.
That's right. And even they struggle because of the droughts and how dry it is out there. There's no hills. There's no fucking plains that produce.
Go fuck yourself, Dylan.
Damn it, he wasn't Hot
Martin
Fuzz.
Freeman was in Hot Fuzz.
I don't remember that. Anyway,
exactly.
Cool. So that's why Australia is uninhabitable. But Martin Freeman, so the Cargo tells a story, as I said. So it's a zombie virus outbreak which has taken over the world.
Yeah.
It's set in the middle of the Australian outback, and Martin Freeman's character befriends this young Aboriginal child who's looking for her family, I believe.
Yep, that's right. Also, Martin Freeman was in Shaun of the Dead. Go fuck
Fuck,
yourself, Dylan.
I didn't realise.
Yeah, go back and rewatch them.
I have recently.
Yeah, film buff.
Fucking hell. I'm so not qualified
Sorry,
for this podcast.
okay, so it takes place in the Australian outback.
Yeah, so he befriends a child as well, a little Aboriginal girl. I think the character's name is Toomey, who's protected, is protecting her father, who is also infected. So he's a zombie, and she's walking around with his father, feeding him wildlife and things like that, and obviously the discovery stuff. I'm not going to tell you the entire plot.
Yeah.
But essentially,
strange.
It's a very dark, heartfelt movie based on a man who loses his family.
Yeah.
He loses his family fairly on, and then he almost adopts this Aboriginal child.
Yeah.
And they work together to find her family, the rest of her family.
Okay.
So the movie is called Cargo because he's essentially taken on
carrying her, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So could have been called baggage.
Could have been called baggage
to the same point. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. So
okay. Yeah.
If you're into art house style flicks that are, they're not, as I said, they're not big blockbuster zombie films like you used to.
No,
and I went into this kind of expecting it, but I ended up being thoroughly entertained and surprised.
So yeah, it's a little bit left field zombie film.
Yeah,
like, it's got more heart than
definitely in the middle of the zombie apocalypse, but like they're scavenging certain areas. There's also sort of evil human characters within this as well.
So does it kind of tell more of a realistic version of a zombie apocalypse as opposed to the blood and guts action shoot 'em up kind of fun ones?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So like you definitely get that sense of realism, and like it's all bullshit because zombies.
Yeah.
Like each of the zombies, like when they become zombies, it's really visceral and violent, and it happens, as I said, like Martin Freeman's character loses his family.
Okay, yeah.
So that really tells like the struggles that he's going through.
That's right. Yeah.
The zombies themselves, they're not like frailing away, skin and bone, flesh hanging out. Zombies, they're seeping this kind of yellow sap goop out of their eyes and mouths and nose. It's fucking gross.
Okay.
But in doing that, it keeps the zombie genre fresh and refined and unique.
No, that's right. This is a genre that's been going for decades now and has almost seen every type of zombie. But I do have to ask:
it's hard to do something.
Are they George A or are they Zack Snyder? Speed wise.
Oh, George A.
They're George A's?
George A.
Okay, so they're slow.
Yeah.
All right, you don't see a lot of that in modern zombie films. So
that's right.
That actually appeals to me.
Yeah, right.
That
because
takes it back to the No, that's right. Exactly. Like, I mean, the amount of times now that we've seen zombies sprinting full ball, like,
which is great.
It is great.
Hollywood, keep doing your thing. Zombieland 2 is obviously coming out, which I think we discussed last week.
No, that's right, and I cannot wait to see zombies sprinting in that one. But it is nice to know that there's still that traditionalism, I guess you can say, with the zombies. Like, that some people still care enough about that original George A. zombie that's like nice and pacey.
Funny you say that. I'm just on.
It's not funny. It was a serious topic.
Well, it's familiar that you say this because I'm currently on. I just went to go to the Cargo Wikipedia real quick to see if I can find a budget. It's not saying, but when you go to the reception section, it says the film has been described as a tribute to the 2009 film The Road. In a positive review, Brian Tallarico of RogerEbert.com stated he believes George A. Romero would have enjoyed the film.
Yeah,
so I don't know who that.
No, but it's funny that I mentioned that, and then all of a sudden, you actually saw a review that said that George A. would have approved of it.
Yeah, of something like that.
No, that's right. And if I'm not mistaken as well, this is 2017, and I believe that it was Australia's first original Netflix film. Is that right?
I believe it was, yeah. So, like, I don't even know. If you want to click on it, you've got it on the screen at the moment, so that way we can see the cast list.
Yeah.
I mean, the only one really of note is Martin Freeman.
Of course.
He's English, isn't he?
Yes, he is a British actor. Does he have an Australian accent? Is he playing an Australian?
Well, that's the thing. Because he's surrounded by Aboriginals, it couldn't really tell.
Oh, really?
So it's been maybe 2 or 3 months since I've seen it, so I can't exactly remember if he puts on an Australian accent.
Yeah.
But he's so believable as a white Australian man in the outback.
Yeah. He has that look about him as well, where he could totally put a suit on and be like a British smarmy lawyer. Yeah. But then he can also grow a beard and some stubble, and he looks like a dirty dude, like just a regular
genuine
dude,
Australian, farmer of sorts. So,
I think you've definitely sold me on this one, man. Like, it's in because I.
Have I quenched your thirst?
Absolutely. But no, looking at it from afar, it doesn't seem like a zombie movie.
No.
And like that's the thing that like appeals to me the most. But the fact that the zombies are George A level speed and that, I'm all for this, man.
Actually, we've just mentioned it. I remember why I watched this movie. I was flicking through. I was in the mood for a horror, something I hadn't seen before.
Of course, yeah.
You know how Netflix sometimes changes the artwork of the film?
Yes, which drives me out the wall.
Oh, right. I remember seeing it had the logo of Cargo.
Yeah.
And there was an image of a zombie. Now, I was saying before how the zombies aren't really dilapidated bodies walking around.
No, yeah.
But there are a few of those because they're in the outback. They may not have eaten for however long, or they've been a zombie for a long time. So the main picture was a dilapidated zombie.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I just found on the interwebs just then that this movie is actually an expanding of a short that the writer wrote and directed in 2013.
Shit, it's a short film.
So it was a short film, and it got picked up by Netflix, man. So, yeah.
I'm going to have to watch this, because as we've pulled it up, the director is the same.
That's right. The director, it was directed by Ben Howling and Yolanda Ramke, and Yolanda Ramke also wrote it.
Right.
Both the short and the feature length as well.
Yeah. So, like, as we said, like,
Yeah.
it's pretty cool that they got the opportunity to write and direct the expanded version of their own short film.
No, that's right.
That's
Exactly.
rare.
And
That's cool.
That's right. And to be the first Netflix original Australian film as
Yeah.
well, which is pretty damn awesome. So the fact that they were shopping this around, full credit to them. Like, that's
Yeah,
awesome.
that's right. Like, someone at Netflix has gone, this was good.
No, that's
Let's
right.
give them some money to do this. So
Exactly. And see if, yeah.
it's got me interested to think what other short films have been picked up by Netflix that I'm not aware of.
No, that's right.
that
Exactly.
like this.
Yeah.
So,
Maybe we should make a YouTube series where we go through Netflix originals and go, where did you come from? Oh,
well,
you're a
where
short
did you
film.
go?
You
Where
know?
did you come from? Joe. Yeah. Shut up.
yeah. No. Anyway, thank you for quenching my thirst, Dylan. That
You
was
are very welcome.
delicious one, and I actually will probably go and watch this, man. It's
Beautiful.
available on Netflix, like both of our recommendations,
Is it?
Cargo and
Yes, it
The
is.
Usual Suspects.
I don't know what I was about to say there. But yeah, so
Is it?
yeah, final pretzel rating out of 10, I give this an 8.
Wow.
Yeah, like
Damn, that's
as I
not
said,
bad,
it's
man.
slow to kick off, but like now you're expecting it. I think you'll appreciate it a bit more. I just wanted a violent horror, and then I was like, no, I'm going to stick it out, and I was pleasantly surprised. So
Well, yeah, so
Yeah.
it's probably lucky that you stuck it out then, because
Yeah.
otherwise it sounds like one that you might have turned off because it,
yeah, because I
takes a bit
wasn't
to get
quite
into it,
in
you
the
know?
mood for something
Yeah.
that slow. But Usual Suspects, pretzel rating, go.
out of 5, it's a 4.1. 4.2.
Okay, yeah, so-
like, seriously, it was. It would have definitely been. I mean, I was alive at the time, but I was 3. But I
Yeah.
guarantee it was like the best thriller of the year.
That year,
It is that
yeah.
fucking good and that fucking original, man. So, The Usual Suspects available on Netflix as is Cargo.
As opposed to Cargo,
yeah,
which is also on
exactly.
Netflix.
Yeah, the word I
Yeah.
was thinking of was is people is. Anyway, yeah.
Cool.
So those thirsty recommendations were good.
We're good. Well, Mitchell, that's the show, episode 17. Thanks for everybody for tuning in.
Oh, yeah, and I just hit my mic stand, so I apologize for that. But I hit my mic stand with my delicious new water bottle.
A TCTP water bottle.
Exactly,
Very good.
because if you haven't heard or you haven't been on the socials, we currently have 2 stores.
Yes.
One on Red... I can't roll my ass, so I'm not going to try. Redbubble and also TeePublic.
Yeah, so to repeat, redbubble.com, tpublic.com. If you go on both of those websites and search for Two's Company, Three's a Podcast, you won't find it. So follow the link on Facebook and that'll take you directly there.
Well, I have searched
it
Two's
works.
Company, Three's a Public, Two's Company, Three's a Podcast on at least Redbubble. I did. No, I did it on TeePublic as well, man. I'm
and you
sure
found
I
it?
did.
Okay, because
I'm
when
sure
I tried
did.
it didn't work.
Okay, well, anyway.
Either go directly through there or go through our Facebook links. Now, we have opened up the
Yes.
shop on our Facebook profile.
So you can quick link straight to it.
That's correct. Now, the reason that we have 2 stores is because we've got a hoodie and a t-shirt on tpublic.com. All of their prices are, though, shown in US prices, so be vigilant when you're purchasing.
Of course.
With Redbubble, though, we'll keep our mugs, our water bottles,
We have
and
mugs, water
travel
bottles,
mugs.
travel mugs, stickers as well. There's
Yep.
some fantastically animated stickers of Dylan and myself's face that Dylan did himself.
Produced by yours truly. I've never done face art.
I just
I've
shut
never
it.
done art
Look
like
at it.
this before.
Look
so
at it, Dylan.
It took me a week.
Look at
Fucking
it.
hell.
Yeah,
As
exactly.
everybody said,
But I will say,
there's no depth to them at all.
But that's the thing. I will say, and I'll get a little egotistical here. Mine fucking looks good, man.
Well, thank you. I
think
appreciate
mine
that.
looks awesome. Yours is just creepy as fuck.
Yeah, like you're the only person who's actually turned around and said they look good.
No, dude, it's like looking in a very cartoon mirror. Like,
Well, that's what I'm intending, and everyone's gone, yuck. It's like, well, fuck, I worked hard
Yeah,
on
but
those.
I feel like they're blanketing us both in there,
Wow.
whereas I'm just handsome as fuck in sticker form. So, yeah, but no, there's already been a few purchases in the store, and it's very exciting that, like, you know, we've got that kind of support out there.
Yeah.
Full credit, and thank you to everybody who has participated. I'm so excited. I've got my shirts on the way. They just got shipped yesterday.
Do a bit of quality assurance, yeah.
Oh, my good
I
Lord.
will certainly be buying some myself as well. Not a bit egotistical, but more just to be like, this is what we've got.
No.
I want to see if it's good for myself. But hit up tpublic.com and redbubble.com, or just go directly through our Facebook.
No, that's right. It's not egotistical at all. It's literally, we're proud of doing this. We love doing this.
Yeah.
And, like, you know, we'll pay for our own overpriced merch, like, because we enjoy doing this, man.
Now,
like, so
what you
thank
may have
to
noticed
everybody.
as well is that, you know, like when you go through Redbubble or TeePublic, you know, the prices may be up there. Now, the reason being is because all of these products are produced in the United States and
That's
they're shipped
right.
worldwide.
Unfortunately,
So-
Australia doesn't have that option with, like, a website where independent artists can create things and ship them cheap, you know?
That's right. You know, for us to do that here in Australia, we have to kind of buy in bulk and then hopefully resell, which we want we're not going to make much of a kickback, but any little bit helps. But all of the money will go to supporting the show.
Of course.
Currently, we're trying to find new ways to improve it, so we don't have to keep cutting.
No, but at this stage, we're not about making a profit and turning this into a full-time job. That'd be amazing as an end goal. But at the moment, we're literally doing this for funsies, and if I can get some merchandise for the podcast that I make with my friend, I'll fucking get it, man. I'll pay the extra money. So,
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, so at the moment, it's a little bit of an ego trip, let's be honest. We've got a coffee mug with our logo on it and our face on a sticker. But, so if you want to support the show, get out there or even just buy a couple of stickers. That'd be great.
Buy a couple of stickers, grab yourself a t-shirt and a jumper if you're that keen on it. I know I certainly will be.
I'm getting a hoodie, bro.
Yeah, I'll be getting a hoodie too. Yeah. I'll be spending way too much on hoodies as well. Yeah, sweet.
Yeah, man.
But if you don't want to pay for a hoodie, we do have, as we said, water bottles. We got stickers. We got mugs.
Travel and not
mugs. So get yourself a copy. That's perfectly fine.
Absolutely, man.
Thank you everyone for listening to Two's Company Three's a podcast in Australia and around the world. We greatly appreciate how far this is getting.
Available on Podbean, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube.
Big Summer Blowout. You can find us on Twitter, Facebook, and
Instagram.
Now Instagram, of course. You'll see us floating around there.
Catch us on the gram.
Yes. Drop us a line if you really want to know something, or you want something for us to talk about during the show.
No, you know what? Drop us a line if you want to correct us. We're not fucking pros.
If we fucked something up that
out,
hit you in the heart real bad, certainly fucking let us know.
Help us to help you. Help you to help us.
Yeah, that
help me to help you. Just help.
Just please help. Yeah.
He hits me. Anyway,
my name is Dylan, along with my co-host
McLovin.
What?
McLovin.
Right.
You'll listen back and go, oh, he said that clear as a bell.
Yeah, most
McLovin.
likely. Yeah, I'm trying to click something at the same time, and I'm just trying to drag it on for as long as I can until I can get it right.
I wanna get what I want. Don't stop, give me what you got, cause I can't wait any more. Don't even talk about the consequence, cause right now you're the only thing that's making any sense to me, and I don't give a damn what to say or what to think. So you're the only one who's on my mind, and never ever want to leave you. I'll stop time forever, never hear you say goodbye. Bye. Yeah, so I like the Veronicas and Run Out of Breath.